Hello. Please pin my message. I'm on phone. Somebody please come out of studio. All right. Please don't pin Demi's message. I have to have the sponsored message. That's the pinned post. All right. go. We've been sitting on now for a while, huh? Sorry. The cat knocked my laptop off of a table, and it did not break it, but there was a chance that it had, and that's what I was called away to look at. Thankfully, the laptop is safe. It is secured. Thank goodness. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start the stream, everybody. Did the laptop like that? Shit, I should have asked Grok if my laptop liked being knocked off of the table. But instead, I guess I'll just ask the computer to start the stream. Computer, please start the stream. Hello, everybody. Hello. An insane angle showcasing our big, beautiful cardboard box and my gorgeous black t-shirt. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Thank you very much. 10,000 sandwiches for the 34 months. Thank you, Reanimated Ghoul Season, for the 22. What's up? Thank you very much, Dancer Daisy, Orko, white girl named Skibbiday. Holy fuck, that's a good name. Grey Radis, thanks for the 51. Thank you, Garrulous Monolith, for the 11 months. Thank you, Easy Chumbers, for the 43. Nux, thank you for the 5 months of Prime. Thank you, Uenodo, for the 23 months. And thank you, Good Nice Hot, for the 9 months. Happy babyversary. Mado and Macy's Balloon of Wife is also great. It is, Neve, it is. Look, there's a lot of good names out there. Thank God the Go Off Kings have remade Twitch in their own image, which is to say stupider and much longer. Remover, the costume has been cancelled. There is going to be no costume. I'll instead be treating Magic the Gathering with the respect it deserves, which to me is high. But also, I ran out of time, to be honest with you. We just did not have the time to sort out a costume. I was this close to just putting on a witch's hat and my bathrobe and saying it was a wizard's costume. I believe that you deserve more than that, gang. I'm sorry to say it. You know that I hate to say that. Put the hat on. All right. Thank you, Demi. This is Demi's witch hat that I was going to ask her to borrow. And then also, to be honest, the idea of asking to touch her witch's hat made me it made me very nervous because I know she has a lot of pride tied up into this witch hat because it looks great. Let's get that out of the way. It's a beautiful witch's hat. It is also one of the things that I came downstairs and found Demi working on for quite some time and was like, immediately like, we need to take on her on some walks. We need to get my sweetie pie out of the house. I think a good nice shot again for the babyversary. Damn it, you got a double thank because I fucked up reading my feed. Reading my feed. Maybe if pigs did that, they wouldn't get eaten so much and we would instead respect them as equals. Thank you, Keithorpe, for the 47. Thank you, Vile White Coin Flipper, for the 7 months of Prime. Thank you, Rubber Dub Turtle, for the 34. And thank you, Brad Beatty, for the 53. Is it Witch Night? Well, in a way, Libby, I guess it is because it is Magic the Gathering night. What do witches love to do more than gather around magic, cauldrons, and so on? Mightn't you say? Anyway, we're going to be playing Magic the Gathering Arena today. Thank you very much to Wizards of the Coast for the sponsorship on this one. We got a big bad sponsorship deal coming through. Tom paid me $5,600 to send that message, so he had a way to segue. Okay, well, I got to be honest, I feel like I underpaid, so I will be rectifying that as soon as possible. Now, that's awesome that the window capture captured OBS instead of the Magic Arena window that I have set up. OBS, you are so crazy for that one. No. Now, why is setting it to capture mtga.exe capturing OBS instead? How could that possibly be? All right, in that case, I'll change. All right, there you go. We had to change it to Windows Capture Method, and we had to change it to, this is for anyone working at home on how to capture Magic the Gathering Arena. You want to go ahead and change the capture method to Windows 10, 1903 and up if it's not already on that. Okay. All right, hopefully that'll help. Consuming Magic the Gathering content outside of smiling politely to a hookup and nodding periodically. Man, Magic the Gathering is, I feel like in terms of like hookup hobbies to have, I feel like it's on the inoffensive end of the spectrum. It's also like, I mean, with due respect to the trans dating scene, as far as I understand, it's either going to be that or like Hearts of Iron, right? Thank you, Zombie Ron Swanson, for the 100 bits. Welcome back. And thank you, Soren Yume, for the 32 months. What's up? It and Warhammer are Chaser Heaven. Ah, I see. It's that speedrunning, making absolute fucking bangers in electronic music. Dang. What are offensive hobbies? Kicking babies? I can see how that would be not looked upon well in your local community. Here we are, everybody. Magic the Gathering Arena. First things first, I'm going to crack some dang packs of the new set, which is, of course, Tarkir, Dragonstorms. Any other bits of trans monoculture you'd like to reify there, Tom? Honestly, Bedsos, I think the reason I talk about it at all is the longing for a monoculture. No. You, my powerful gaze, G-A-Z-E, will pass over you and return to what it's meant to land on, which is, of course, Tarkir Dragonstorm, the cool new set in Magic the Gathering. This set rocks. I drafted this in person once so far. It's sick, dude. That lady's holding the Discord logo. Aha! In fact, oh my god, she is holding the Discord logo. She's exhorting you to join the Discord. That's really strange. Yes, Agent Whiskey Danger, this is indeed Demi's Witch Hat. And thank you, Munchie Poo, for the 35. What's up? Oh, Maddie, yeah, look. You're really in bad if you win on a first crack pact. Uh-oh.
Friends are hot and they only dance to techno. Only dance to techno.
I just, look, I immediately went away because I said crack packed instead of pack cracked, but then I did remember that I wanted to add a chat source to that be right back screen, and so I did that as well. Anyways, here we are in Magic the Gathering Arena. Ooh, boy. It's a good set, gang. We're playing a set with a whole bunch of horrid little guys, but more importantly, a whole bunch of nasty, humongous guys as well. Big dragons. Dude had to borrow his wife's witch hat. Well, look, it is so messed up to me that I don't have a wizard costume just on hand. I think that comes as a surprise to literally everyone who knows anything about me and the amount of costumes in this house. It is so insane that I don't have a wizard one. Really strange. Horrid, nasty, humongous guys. That's right, Arctech Pog. So, wait, what did I... Okay, good. The music is still going. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and crack some packs of the new set. Then, I believe I will be looking at the decks that I have available to play. Oh, a golden pack and 22 packs of Tarkir Dragonstorm. Basically, I bought these before the stream because I know I have to build some new decks for this, use the new cards. and I opened like 5 of them, and then I was like, ah, shit, it'd probably be good if I did this on stream. So we're gonna do that. Why is it orange? I don't actually know. I mean, maybe these are the welcome boosters that you get. I don't know. Let's open it up and see what it means. Oh, mythic versus normal. I see. So this is like the Magic Arena representation of a draft booster. Sandstep said they'll be thrilled to see this pass to me in a pack. Armament Dragon. I love this card. Look at him. He's so happy wearing his clothes. Hey, thank you, June Fox 13, for the 14 months of Prime. Welcome back. Sandstep Citadel. It's true. That does indeed conform to Duel of the Fates. Marshall, Love the Lost. Richard Ancestor. And so on. I don't know how this game works on. Will you be explaining your actions as you do them? I will. I will. For example, right now, I'm going to click on each of these in turn, and it's going to unveil a cool new land. In this case, dang. I wish I had this in paper. Arid Mesa. That is a good card. Fetch lands. Always happy to see them reprinted. They're in any pack you can get in this has a chance of getting you a fetch land. Rot Cursed Rakshasa. I freaking love this guy. I love a nasty demon who dies when he tries to hit you. That's so good. He has trample, so if you try and block him with a creature, he goes over the top. All of his extra damage hits the thing he's attacking, probably you. And then also, when he attacks at the end of combat, you have to sacrifice him because he's decayed. I can't watch this, I don't think. I love you, honey. No worries, baby. In the future, I would encourage you to keep such sentiments to yourself for the sponsored stream portion of the evening, but I love you. Ugin! Damn! Big-ass colorless dragon, Eye of the Storms. Gain 3 life and draw a card for a +2. 7 mana to cast. When you cast it, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Whenever you cast a color spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. This is a messed up card. It's a nasty... Well, actually, this is a nice big dragon. It's true. Demi and I have a deal that I can only show her 1 magic card a day. And Mox Jasper. God damn. 0 to cast, add 1 mana of any color, but you can only activate it if you control a dragon, which traditionally costs, around 4 mana or so to cast. Thank you, Anonymous, for the gifts up to carbonated toilet water. Dracogenesis. You may cast dragon spells without paying their mana costs. 8 mana to make it so that you can get any dragon you want out there for nothing. Pretty good deal. However, I would say if you're casting it, you may well have lost or won the game by then. Open up a mythic pack. We got an uncommon wild card, which can... Oh, no, sorry, common wild card, which can turn into any common we want. I really like the Corrie Mountain Stalwart kind of effect, where this creature is just going to... If you do what your deck wants to do, it's just going to slap your opponent and gain you some life as it goes. Pretty good. Open me up Avenger of the Fallen. Mobilize X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Mobilize means when it attacks, you make a 1/1 warrior creature token, and then at the end of your turn, you sacrifice that. Little Brandon, Octabi Orangutan. The whole Octabi suite was shown many years ago. I adore the Octabi Orangutan, aka the Doing It Monkey. Open another pack. Show me what I got. This card freaking rocks. For one thing, it's a nasty scaly camel. For two thing, I got 4 of them in the draft I did, and it carried me. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control. When it enters, draw a card. If you have a bunch of creatures out, you can just start slamming Salt Road Pack Beast after Salt Road Pack Beast. Refreshes your hand, puts another creature down. Thrilled to have these in a draft or limited pack. Alright, what's our mythic? Why, it's Taval, Arbiter of Virtue. Damn, I hope I've got some virtue when Taval comes around. Or I guess he is actually the reason I find out if I have it. Okay. Open me 10 of these suckers. Bone Can Butcher. Mobilize 2. Attacking tokens you control have death touch. That's sick. I like that very much so. Hey, thank you, Mr. Bovis, for the 20 months. Welcome back. 4/4. God damn. Mobilize 2. Attacking tokens have death touch is nutty. This also, the 5 mana mega Bloodbraid Elf is nutty. All right, let's just start clicking on these so we can look at some nice pictures. Rediscover the Way. I love these. These are saga cards where you cast them, and then each of your turns, it ticks up one, and so it's like you're reading a story. On the third chapter, you get, whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. That's a good as hell. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is that for 2 turns in a row before that, you look at the top 3 and draw 1 card off of them. So you're basically filtering through your deck, trying to get whatever you want. And we have 2 of them in this pack. Lotus Light, New Way Forward, Songcrafter Mage, Baron Step Siege, and a Mythic Wild card. We love that. What's your favorite tribe of the tribes of Tarkir? I gotta go with Mardu, dude. I love to turn stuff sideways and sacrifice stuff. I love to attack with creatures and have them die under my command. I think if I were a general, I would really delight in leading my troops to their deaths. That would be a real thrill for me, knowing that I made a difference. Does the difference need to be in the positive for my group? No. I just need to know that the battlefield went different because I turned up. Glacierwood Siege, rare wild card, United Battlefront. Ooh. Oh, this is the collected company. Top 7 cards of your library, non-creature, non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less. 2 of them can go onto the battlefield. Damn, that's good. Herd Heirloom, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. That's cool. I love that for a big stompy deck. Dalkovan Encampment, I really like. This is a card that makes, basically gives a creature, whatever creature you have, mobilize 2 for 3 mana and a tapping itself. So I guess 4 effective mana. Tersa Light Shatter. Oh, this is going to be good in like a red aggro deck. Old Blood and Guts Tombo. That's me. I just, in any card game or video game, I'm immediately drawn to the stupidest, most evil character. Not the big bad. Crucially, they have to be stupid as well. Someone who is being a humongous hassle for everybody, but not really doing too much to further their own cause. Alright, let's see. Mistrise Village. Enters tapped unless you control a mountain or forest. Can pay blue and tap it. The next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. Interesting. Thunder of Unity. You draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Whenever a creature you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. That'd be good in Mardu. I don't know that we have the space for it in an aggressive deck. I've got some ideas on what I'll be playing, but this little guy is so nice. A homunculus named Fibblethip, who's been walking around basically everywhere the magic has been going in the past however many years, and has unfortunately lost the whole time. Here he is wearing a cowboy hat because he ended up on the range in Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Hey, thank you, Jacob, for the 7 months. Welcome back. All right, show me what you got. Hushwood Verge, yay! Dual land, yay! Just strictly better than a forest if you're playing a deck with white in it. I would say. In a 2-color deck. Amalia Benevita Seguria. This, I want to build a deck around this so I can say the name more, because the name is so good. They have a plane that has a bunch of essentially colonial vampires on it. Flamehold Grappler. I'm immediately, like, the dopamine centers of my brain turn on whenever a card or character has the word grappler associated with them in any way, but I think in an insane move, I won't be playing Flamehold Grappler, probably because it just seems too smart. And then our last 2 mythics, we have a bird dragon, the Dragon Hawk. Whenever Dragonhawk enters or attacks, exile the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. You may play those cards until your next end step. Oh! At the beginning of your next end step, Dragonhawk deals 2 damage to each opponent for each of those cards that are still exiled. God, that's a cool card. And Hylox's Vault Strider. Cool. Oh, wow. Collect evidence 6. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Whenever this vehicle attacks, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among cards exiled with it. If that spell will be put into a graveyard, put it in the bottom of its owner's library instead. Huh. A little bit of refreshing stuff. I haven't seen that get much play, but that's cool. Thank you, Glass Packer fell out of pants. Much appreciated. All right, let's see. I've got Soulstone Sanctuary. Great card. This is a land that can become a guy. A all creature types guy. That's good. Dragonback Assault. Kaito, a mainstay in the format right now. A nasty, horrible fellow. A ninja who can, during your turn, do much more than a creature can. Bristly Bill, Spine Sower. Oh, that's the greenest creature that ever greened. And Smile of Death. At the beginning of your upkeep, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. Oh, that's tempting. But I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with the plan here. Which is to craft one of these decks down here. So I think the ones that I can cast are my mobilized decks or this deck, which is a version of the I can't believe I misspelled Pixie. This is a Pixie deck, which features some of the new cards just in Momentum Breaker and Scroll. Oh no, Scroll Shift's an old card, but Corroding Dragonstorm. A paper Bristly Bill is almost $40. It is crazy. It is sometimes nutty looking at how much a card costs and going, God damn. The good thing is that you really don't need to have the good cards if you can just play whatever. Or at least, you know, right now a meta deck is not too crazy. I think what I'm going to be doing here is getting together a sacrifice deck or a mobilized deck. Which is basically going to mean we're crafting either the mobilized 2 or Impact Tremors deck. We have 14 rare wildcards, which means we can't craft both of these. Oh, actually, wait, no, I think they do share some rares. Voice of Victory over here, at least, is in. A Voice of Victory over there is also in. Ooh. They sold out of the David Tennant one so fast. Yeah, look, I'm no Doctor Who tragic. Every day I thank my lucky stars that Doctor Who missed me. It didn't miss me by much. Like, there's a world out there where I am the Doctor Who psycho, but I'm thrilled to say that I'm at least not it today. All right. And then I want to play this card. I would love to play Dalkovan Pack Beast, which is a card that no one else is going to play, but I really like it. And in the end, isn't that the most important thing? Of course, the answer is no. I'm looking at this deck with fresh eyes, and it actually stinks. I just had my eyes focus on that for like a second. I was like, oh God, what was I doing? Whatever the opposite of cooking is, whatever the opposite of cooking and eating is, that was what I was up to over there. Let's have a look at ImpactTremors.doc. Goodbye. Got you, Zach. I hope you're having a wonderful walk to a matinee. It is, of course, Melbourne Comedy Festival time, as you're well aware. So I hope you're having a good one, walking to a show over there. All right. Unk cooked, but it got burnt. Unk cooked pan for dinner. Unk forgot to put the food in. Unk was playing a deck with no 1-drops in current standard with an aggressive game plan. Ah! All right. Burst Lightning, Torch the Tower. Well, you know what? Let's keep those around. I don't think the dream of having Arabella in there is ever going to work. Yoshin Frontline is in there to remind me that I could have it. Rest in Peace could be important, but Boros Charm probably won't be. Let's go ahead and put 3 Raise the Pass in for if we have a longer game. And... maybe honestly break the spell just for the thrill of it. I don't know. The problem is, this is the deck I want to play, right? This is the deck I want to play. It's just Impact Tremors.deck. It just plays... it plays the card that is basically Impact Tremors. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. And this, which is whenever a creature you control enters, this enchantment deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's the thing I like. But, crucially, I don't know that it's, like, particularly good. In fact, I think it's almost certainly not very good. And the alternative is trying to grab a few more Roaming Throne here for double ping. Cancel. I don't think Roaming Throne will help because Roaming Throne won't give... I mean, it will give human, but we have Delny, who basically does Roaming Throne's job, but also makes it so creatures I control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. Yeah, good, nice art. This is just this is a free-to-play digital client of Magic the Gathering, as Liam PK says. You a Planeswalker, or you like one of the regular wizards that they summon to do their bidding? I'm like a work experience creature. I'm an enchantment that can graduate into a creature at some point. Okay, let's see. Elspeth Smite for some aggro hate along with Torch the Tower. I think we'll still lose. Yeah, I think we lose easy if we don't have them. So I'm going to go ahead and beef us up to 3 of them in the sideboard. The way I play Magic is you do best of 3, which is you have 1 game with just your regular deck, and then for the 2nd and 3rd game you play it, if you get to a 3rd game, you play it with a sideboarded deck where you take out cards that you don't think will be good against your enemy and put in ones that you think will be good against them. Okay, now seeing this here, we have something I think is beautiful. We have a dream. The problem with Rest in Peace is the main deck enchantment removal is extremely commonplace these days. Well, yeah, but look, we've got like... You know what? I think maybe you might be right in that since we're such an aggressive deck, I think I can see the argument for taking out Rest in Peace and instead putting in... Wait, oi, mate. Instead of the... Sheltered by Ghost is such a good card, but you know what? Let's get it out of there and instead put in a 2 of Ghost Vacuum for if we come up against a Omniscience combo deck. Walk you through the sideboard in a sec, or at least what I think the sideboard is like. Alright, so here's the plan, gang. This is the deck. This is a deck that has a dream. The dream is to win by getting our nasty little guys to multiply very, very quickly. It does that with Shocking Sharpshooter. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. That's my opponent. And War Leader's Call. Whenever a creature you control enters, this enchantment deals 1 damage to each opponent. Great. Now, how do we get creatures to enter? Well, we cast them from hand for very low amounts. Those being Nesting Bot, Novice Inspector, Clockwork Percussionist, and Stadium Headliner. The benefit here is that they have multiple creatures entering triggers each. This one makes a little guy whenever he attacks. This one makes a clue, and this one, when it dies, makes a 1/1 artifact. That's useful because we have Gleeful Demolition. We destroy an artifact we control, and we make 3 goblins. That helps us because Novice Inspector makes one, Nesting Bot makes one, and then makes another one when it dies. Frontline Rush, then hopefully we close things out with a big attack with Frontline Rush, which gives target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Oh, so this is a little fucker deck. Big poop stink more my theory. You are 100% right. This has the little fucker card in it, Delny, Streetwise Lookout. Delny, they are a creature from a detective set. Basically, creatures I control with power 2 or goated move to say basically, and then just read out the rules as they are written, giving absolutely no interpretation. But I've just realized that I'm in front of so many other cards. But the reason I say, the reason Delny is in the deck is because they make all of our cards, all of our creatures with power 2 or less trigger an additional time. All of our creatures have power 2 or less. All of them. My god, they also can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater if Delny is around. And if we have Voice of Victory, our opponent can't cast spells during our turn. Is there any hand refuel in the deck beside Novice Inspector? There is Clockwork Percussionist, which, you know, not really hand refuel, but it's okay-ish. And nothing else. Is that good? No. But it's a dream. The problem is that this here, Impact Tremors.deck, I think would not be as fun to play as this deck, which is just something I've seen people playing and been like, oh damn, this looks good. Which is it Prowess? This is a deck based around casting 2 spells a turn and trying to make as many 3 rare wild cards away. I think I'm just going to go ahead and change 3 of these lands, sight unseen, to just basic islands, and I'm going to craft this instead. All that work for nothing. But this here is a sick deck that's based all around casting the new card, Cory Steel Cutter. A creature gets +1/+1 and has trample and haste. And whenever I cast my second spell each turn, I create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess, and I may attach this equipment to it. Prowess means every time I cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So this deck is based around just freaking storming the hell off, and it's got stock up, which is crazy. So I think against my, I hesitate to say better judgment, because really I don't think that the other deck is good at all. This here, I'm just going to send it. I had my dream. I had my dream of the Impact Tremory stuff. However, I think the better move is to play some Is It Prowess with the new Dragonstorm cards and see how it goes, because this is going to drop a whole bunch of stuff into play, and it's going to let us have a little bit more fun. Let's take it to the normal unranked ladder first, see how we go. Thinking about the guy from work who thought the fast car stuff was cool and all, but really wanted to hear more about your Magic the Gathering content. Ha. Need 2 more Sunfalls mood. Dude, that fucking Oculus deck. The horrible big eye. Ha. Tried to play it. It's so good. Obviously, it's too good. Really? It doesn't feel good to play. To dump a 6/6 out on turn 2. 5/5, whatever. Alright, you go first. Your opponent is waiting for their initial mulligan choice. Going first is good as hell. I'm so sorry to our casual queued up opponent. This is a good hand. This is a great hand. 1 mana, first turn 1 Monastery Swift Spear. Hit you in for 1, and then we've got an answer to their turn 1 play, and we can do some card selection. Let's go. Throw out this little guy, slap you for 1 with his shiny little spear. Say it's your turn now, and you get to play your own little guy. How nice. All right. Island for turn. Tell my GF wants you to put your camera on a card to be the art. Okay, well. Let me work out what card I could do that best on. I guess I could be the art on Vengeful Blood Witch or something. All right. Do we show that we're going to kill it? You could just return the Llanowar Elves, make them play it out again. I think that's probably the move here. I'll scry one, draw a card on attack, I think. Scry one, draw a card. Sheevan Reef. I could use a third land. That lets me cast Stock Up, so that's nice to see. Would you like to block? Oh my. Alright, and then I'll go ahead and return the Llanowar Elf. Oh man, I should have done this already, but you know what? It's fine. 3 mana on turn 2. I lost out on a damage, but I'm yakking it up. So that's alright. A 1-2 haste the prowess. Swift Spear is an absolute menace in best of 1. It's a menace everywhere. It's 1-2 haste prowess is minced up. Tap land, play out Llanowar Elves again. Okay, we know they're not blocking this turn. Play out a land, and then I think we're at Sleight of Hand. See if we can draw another Swift Spear. Monstrous Rage is great. Storm Chaser's Talent, also great. Gosh, what do I take here? I think Storm Chaser's Talent just to diversify our threats a little bit. Then play this out. Okie dokie. Attack in. Would you care to block? Probably not. Scry one, draw a card, hit you for... Well, you know what? Let's save this, because next turn we can have an even bigger turn with by having 2 prowess triggers on each spell. Who could throw a pair of denim jeans further, Jesse or Stefan? Oh, man, it's hard to say. Destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment for 2 mana. They gotta be going after Storm Chasers at some point here, I think. That's okay. I'll let you do that if you would like. It's my turn. I get to play a land. Okay, I'll Sleight of Hand first, I think. Both would fail to lift the genes. The genes can only be lifted by those who are pure of heart. Take this. Storm Chaser's Talent is good to see. Throw it out there again. You have a little odd guy. It's true. This is one of the best cards in Standard right now. Well, you know, it's up there. Certainly, it's played a lot, and it is a funny little class that gives you an otter, and then I can scry one and draw a card. Yeah, let's save that and just swing in for 6 now. Any blocks? No blocks. Do I get an extra 2 points of damage in? I think it might matter, so I'm going to do it. We can stock up next turn, which is going to be sick. Making a call. A Get Lost. Makes sense. I'll keep the there because I can just draw it. Oh no, never mind. I forgot about that. All right. Give me a counter on this. Oh no, give me a land. Never mind. Forgot that it was scry one, draw a card. Goofy. I think we've probably won this. It feels like we're moving a bit too fast for them to catch up. They make a 2-2. Very cool. Your Vampire Man is so happy. Isn't he lovely? I love him so much. Alright. Start off with a stock up. This lets me look at the top cards in my library, put him into my hand. Choose 2 to put into my hand. Ooh. Second stock up or a Monastery Swift Spear. I think we go... Monstrous Rage Swift Spear, maybe? Let's see, we're going to have access to 2 mana. Oh, man, the second stock up is so tempting. Because they're about to try and turn the corner, and the age of getting in that early damage may well have elapsed. Stock up. I think... Ugh. Sure, let's grab Stock Up and Monstrous Rage. Maybe not the best choice there, but it's the choice I'm making. I'll explore on one of these beautiful otters. I find the card that is the new card that we want to be playing in this set that I'm thrilled to see. Would you care to trade? You do? Okay, well, bad news. Unfortunately, I will be clearing out your board with a Monstrous Rage, which makes a big, horrible otter out of the little guy that I had, and it kills both your creatures. Oh my. 16-4, and we're about to draw the card that I want to see more than anything, because it's the new one. I think we have a lot of ways to victory here. And everything gets a +1/+1 counter. Okay. Definitely they've got... Whoa! Oh, okay. Wait, did that get... What gave that vigilance? Oh, Felidar Retreat gave everything vigilance. You got it. Thank you. All right. First things first. Let's go ahead and slap that out there. Next, Cory Steel Cutter. And after that, we have Stock Up. Bam, 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 bam. Spell Pierce. Counter a spell. Into the Floodmaw. I think Into the Floodmaw just lets us win here. Yeah. Okay, good. Absolutely disgusting deck. I love it. This is fun for sure. Stock Up is busted. Ah. Did you have fun? I'm clicking the smiley face so hard, it's like grinning. Okay. I think it's time to go into the ranked queue and play something that is going to be simply horrible to face off against. Off we go. How's everybody doing? I thought about getting the binder out for this, but I was like, they don't want to see the binder. And also, I was like, maybe I'll save looking through a binder for a stream where I'm not explicitly promoting the digital version of Magic the Gathering. All right, we have a match against Misadventure. So everybody knows, these are matches happening in the silver tier of Magic the Gathering Arena. Which is to say they are between two pathetic worms. Two horrible bugs. How's the Ape Collection? Ape Collection good. Alright. Do you want to buy two binders full of alt art cards? You have to pay for the shipping also. No, but I appreciate you asking the question. Alright. Swift Spear out on turn 1. A hasty threat that's just going to hit you for 1. Next, I think we plot the Slick Shot Show-Off, and then turn after that, Cory Steel Cutter. Plot lets us cast it for 0 on a later turn. So that means that we're going to be able to do both of those. Could have attacked there and, well, just bounced off of their Novice Inspector. Wouldn't have been worth anything, to be honest. Oh, Rackering. Death Stranding is such a thrill. How's the Ape Collection? Ape Collection is good. There were 2 apes printed in the last set. It was wonderful to see them. We are losing. Oh no. Okay, they are off to a much faster start than we are, and they have access to both of their colors. Okay. 2-3 acquired for them, and they're scrying to get some extra card selection. Second Cory Steel Cutter is interesting. I'll go ahead and cast my first. Get a prowess trigger. And then Slick Shot Show Off. Gives us a 2-2 monk and I think I go ahead and attack here. We're threatening Monstrous Rage, so they're not going to block because they don't want to lose their Warden of the Inner Sky. Hopefully we draw a land here that lets us play a blue card. Ugh. If we don't, uh-oh. Full bluff. I think if they'd taken it, they would... If we'd had it, which, you know, 3 cards in hand against an aggro deck, it's algorithmically certain that we would. You know, just based on my experience playing against them. I think that... Oh, what will you do? Not even tapping. Okay, keeping some defense up. Now, at some point, they're going to clock that we are unable to cast any blue spells. And that's going to be brutal for us. What will you do? Fine with me. Play out a second Cory Steel Cutter. Really should have done this first, actually. I've just realized I forgot about prowess applying to artifacts. Oh no. I'm a goofball. Oh well. Alright, they pick up the Novice Inspector. I have no idea what is happening, but this is very calming to watch. Basically, you are watching 2 people put things down on a table, and they are putting more stuff down on the table. Oh, and the stuff is better as well. Oh no. My me. Okay, they are buffing up their Warden of the Inner Sky. How much does the cutter cost to equip normal style? It is 1 and a red. So we wouldn't have been able to equip it last round normal style because we only have 3 mana. Damn, that is brutal. Okay, well, let's equip this over here. I think we're kind of boned here, gang. Oh, trample, flying, haste. I mean, yeah, let's send it out there. Unfortunately, we got the 3 verges in our deck, which are lands that can tap for both color if you have a basic. We don't have a basic land. If we draw one, we are in the money. If we don't, I. Tap land from them, but it's the one that can turn into a bird. Sometimes you say things in Magic the Gathering and you're like, God damn, this game is stupid. Well, they've played a land that can turn into a bird once every turn, and of course the bird makes a map. Okay, they come in for 2. I did it last turn, so seems only fair. Luckily, they don't seem to... Oh, my lord. Okay, it's happened again. Oh, no. Oh, dear, no. Oh, man. Actually, you know what? I think we're now at the point that I'm going to hold the 2-3 back, because now that was our turn that if we drew a mountain or an island or any blue source there, I think we would have been well suited, but that unfortunately is going to be it. Ay. Could be worse. Could be the house that makes food. Oh. Now they've played out a Bunnicorn. Regal Bunnicorn's power and toughness. Almost said porn, but I think it's understandable on account of a P word after corn. Regal Bunnicorn's power and toughness are each equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. As you can see, they control 7 non-land permanents. No! Okay. Your turn again. Have fun. Yep. They're going to pick up the Novice Inspector, play it out again. What? Oh. That's interesting. Of course, because Sumpel Kirin just straight up draws a card instead of if they returned a token. Okay, they are swinging with 11 points of power. Do I have any amount of counterplay that justifies doing anything different here? I don't know. I think, honestly, if I was them, I would have full... Just, like... You know what? No blocks. Yep. We're at the point where it's a silly move, but also we're losing so bad that I do just want to see the top card of my deck. Keep a blocker for next turn if we can. And they play out another Warden. Dang, okay. Yeah, this is pretty much over. Well, there's a land that makes blue. Unfortunately, it only makes blue by hurting you. So I think we're just going to go ahead and play this out. Look at the top 2 cards of my library. Just doing my dailies. Sorry about this. Yep, let me grab one of these. How much can we deal here? Not enough, but let's just swing out. What would you like to do? Okie dokie. I think that's game. Thank you so much for letting me play. Oh my god, wait. Oh my god. Corey Steel Cutter. I forgot how good Corey Steel Cutter is. Oh my god. I forgot that it would make 2 monks. Okay, well, we have 2 blockers. You're telling me there's a chance? Gosh darn. They can swing for this amount, but... we can't take any damage here. Yeah, no, I mean, it's game, but that is cool. Send him the good game. All right. Showing the power of Corey Steel Cutter, at least. I got to admit here, I was too caught up in bemoaning our island situation to truly get the idea, to truly comprehend how close we were to pulling that together. Let's go ahead and jam that again. Standard ranked best of 1, and then I think I'll switch to best of 3 after this. I don't know how this game works, but that was cool to watch. It is cool. I think they've really nailed the animation on Arena. Hey, TV's Batman, thanks for the 19 months. Welcome back. Well, this is horrid, but sleight of hand would get us an opportunity to look at the top card of our library. No, let's mulligan this. Can't risk it. This is a much better hand. We are immediately rewarded for our caution. I'll keep 6. Ship a burst lightning to the bottom. All right. All right, they play out a Hired Claw, a card that I love very much, on account of it's a nasty lizard who pings its opponent for 1, who pings an opponent for 1 whenever it attacks. That rocks. Now, I will respond with my own 1/2, and we will look at each other until the game begins again. Another Hired Claw for them. Another play on turn 2. No, doesn't look like it. All right, they could have a Monstrous Rage here. I'm not going to bait it out. If they want to just play it there to just get some extra damage, that's fine with me. Looks like they do. That would have killed our blocker and meant we still ate 2 extra damage over the top if we'd just taken that damage. I think the play here is going to be set up for the Corey Steel turn with the Slick Shot Show Off after the Corey Steel to build up a board. But they are going pretty well here. Hey, what's up, Olive? Maybe thanks for the 3 months, and I'm glad you found some time away from the TurboTax ad. Now here, I think, if I block here and they pump it, that's essentially their whole turn. But we do lose our Swift Spear, or do we just go no blocks? Oh, her Axonil in the Impact Tremors deck would be so fun. I agree. I think my problem is it feels like everything in a deck that dies to removal just never gets to happen. Like having Laughing Jasper Flint in the Lizards deck that I had there for a while just kind of meant that you would remove a card from your opponent's hand immediately upon it being played. Okay, they skill up and they Monstrous Rage. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. We're down to 5. Down to 5. They have 7 damage on board, so we really can't do anything here. We can stock up, but that leaves us with definitely taking lethal, I believe. Jasper is so much fun to ruin mill decks. But mill decks have removal, and so he just doesn't exist, you know? Alright. Play this. Play this. And now we keep up Spell Pierce. So we can do something. Alright. I think we probably lose here. Yep. Bang, bang. And they have a extra spell. Are they going to play out a Burst Lightning at some point, I would guess? Which unfortunately goes straight through our Spell Pierce. Okay. Let me see. Oh, they say oops. Honestly, that's fantastic to hear. I'll block like so. So that means that if they try a spell, we'll at least get the prowess counter and kill. Yeah. Yep. And the other one too. Makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, that means we lose. Because now they can just keep their 2 things around. There's no way I can rebuild fast enough. That's going to be... Scry 1, draw a card. You know what? That does get us 2 2/2s at least. Wait, no it doesn't. It gets us 1 2/2. Arg. Alright. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking, and what I'm thinking is, good game. Dang. Lizard deck gets me. That was just like a face-off between me and 2 Monstrous Rages and 2 Hide Claws. Enough to get it done. Not enough removal in the deck for best of 1 standard aggro. Alright, let's head on over to best of 3. I like best of 3 a lot. 1 2 is all you need to attend ballet class. 1 2 is all you need to attend 1 ballet class. And then after that, unless you want to be referred to as the stinky ballerina. Trying to... Okay, ballerina... Man. Ballerino. Honestly, I was going to say that, but it felt insane. The idea that I would be saying the male... a ballerino. The stinky ballerina lost their washing machine? Yeah, but thankfully they can just engage the spin cycle on their body. Of course, using that wonderful pirouette. Alright. Dog do hand, if I must be completely honest with you. The reason for that? Well, we've only got spells. We don't have the opportunity to dump anything onto the battlefield. We could return a creature. We could kind of look through our hand, try find something. But it's really reliant on a lot of stuff going right, and I don't think anything's going to ever go right for me ever. This hand is much worse. Will I go to 5? Honestly, I think I might. Yeah, that's going to keep 5. Can't go lower than that. 2 fast lands is good to see, but then I'm going to bin this, and I'll... Oh, man. Maybe get rid of the Monastery Swift Spear to keep the... Oh, that's difficult. This is rough. No, you know what? Yeah, I think we get rid of this. This gives us some things to do. Land off the top. Let's go ahead and play out a Storm Chaser's talent. First thing, they have the beautiful lands by Scott Balmer. Did I ever study dance? I tried. I went to a dance school. Oh god, they're playing elves. Okay. They let us go to blockers. I'll scry 1 and draw a card. Monstrous Rage. I do want, but do I want it enough to give it all away? I think... Oh, man. Yeah, take that, nice guy, Fats. It does indeed make a guy. All right, cool. I'll take that. I'll also scry again. Corey Steelcutter is exactly what I'd like to see here. Cool. This sets us up for a good third turn. Now, I think maybe the play there could have been holding up Burst Lightning so we could get rid of this, but I think we're doing okay as is. All right, Corey Steelcutter. And the awkward thing is I want to Burst Lightning before so I can attack with the Corey Steelcutter guy. I think I Storm Chaser's talent. And this lets me at least attack with a 3/3. Fantastic. That's an interesting move. I don't know why you would do that. Alright, they get rid of my Corey Steelcutter token. Play out another elf and draw a card. Okay, so they're dealing with a hand of 4. Ugh. Okay. Let's see. First things first, play out an island. This is a whenever you cast thing, so I'm predisposed to get rid of that before their next turn. That said, is that better than playing out just okay, I'm gonna grab of these cards, I'm gonna grab I don't think we're beating an elf deck in go wide, but I think we can beat them in going over the top, possibly. And then I'll get rid of this, because I don't care for it much at all. Alright, and swing in. They take 5. Next turn, we swing in with a Slick Shot Show Off and the Corey Steelcutter token for an extra 5. Oh no! Me cutter! That's a bummer. Elves in Standard. Now, there's not too many of them, but I think there are always going to be some tragics for elves. Yeah, I think the move here is play the bird out, then play bird, sleight of hand, see if there's anything there. Sleight of hand gives me a bunch of prowess triggers, so I can now attack in favorably. Island or a Shivan Reef? How am I doing for colors? I'm doing fine. I'll just take an island. Thank you so much for your help. Play out that. And I guess I'll attack in, potentially bolting their face for the extra damage. Bolting with prowess takes this up to a 3-3, so it survives this attack. And we hit in for 3 extra damage. And now they have to do so much not to die. I think actually if they don't gain life, we've just got them because we have 2 Storm Chasers talent. We'll be able to return a Burst Lightning to our hand and just shock their face. Okay. God, I forgot it was best of 3. All right, let's have a look. Oh my God, no, the client is glitched out. Oh God, and I clicked done no matter what. Maybe they conceded? I think they conceded. They didn't want to play against that at all. Okay, well, you know what? That makes sense. Yeah, no, that was traditional standard rank best of 3. All right, well, hey, fair enough. I'm going to go ahead and queue up again. Let's see how this goes. Best of luck to our opponent for on living their dream of filling the board with horrible elves. Yeah, Hopefox, I think elves is more about just widening out the amount, the board so that you can attack with a whole bunch of them at once and buffing them up like crazy more than any of the life gain shenanigans. This is a mulligan for me. We have 1 mana source in the island. No card draw to filter through available to us immediately. So I am going to go ahead and mulligan. This is keepable for sure. We just put a mountain on the bottom of our deck. Then I'll play a Spire Bluff Canal, Monastery Swift Spear. Hit you for 1. Hey, thank you, Sam Scotch 28 for the 28. Wow. To think that's only going to ever happen once. Tarkir draft is really fun, dude. It's so good. All right. Blue, black, and a Spiteful Hex Mage. That tells me that they are on a build of the deck that all it wants to do is ding, 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 and a click, ching, and a take my money. All it wants to do is play things and put them back down again. So they're definitely not going to be blocking here. Is it worth it to sleight of hand for some possible extra damage? I think it is. I'll grab the Slick Shot Show Off here. I think. Jeez Louise. Yeah, let me grab that. All right. And the reason I have to do that before combat is because that's a sorcery. Hey, Pinion Paint. What's up, Xanthi? How you doing? You caught me doing nerd shit. I'm so sorry to tell you. Hope you're good, dude. How are the birds today? Were they potentially looking anything like Slick Shot Show Off, a bird wizard who is a cowboy? Hello, Xanthi's chat. My name is Tom. I'm an Australian comedian and a freak. And I am playing Magic the Gathering. Okay. And today we're playing out a Corey Steel Cutter, which is a nasty sword that makes a man. Are you wearing the sorting hat? I'm wearing a witch hat that my wife made. And now we'll move on. And I assume there's no further questions? Okay, we throw out an otter making enchantment. They go for the throat my Swift Spear. Horrible, but alright. We're attacking him with a 2-2 anyways, so whatever. Think. Alright, let's see. Now, if we draw one of our card selection instants, that would be nice. It would also have been nice to... are they going to wipe the board? Is that what this is telling me? Ugh. Kaito.
Time to save the day.
Is that an otter? It is! It's an otter cradling a small ball of energy. And congratulations to Pinion Paint for drawing some boob. Surveil True, draw a card. Cool boy. Alright, that's bad. Well, it's fine. It is what their deck wants to do, and we're doing almost exactly what our deck wants to do. In this case, I believe I'll be stocking up, looking for... Why'd you tap like that? No! Alright, that's fine. I think I grab the 2 instants here. No, or maybe we grab... Oh, man. Yeah, grab these 2. Can take out the Kaito. I see no reason to do that. I think we're just in a strict race against them here, and I'll keep the Monstrous Rage for a future turn where I can play it with the 2 Slick Shots. Because if they don't have 2 flying blockers and also save some removal for it, we are going to blow them out big style. Also, that's going to make at least 1 creature token with prowess, which will be nice. Come on in for 3. Makes sense. Very charming playmats in this game. It's a very pretty game. I think they've really nailed it with making the art nice to look at. I think the second Slick Shot was a bad idea there, but I think the redundancy is maybe worth it. I don't know. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or vehicle of their choice. Thank you so much for letting me choose. I believe I'll be sacrificing my... Oof, it's a tough choice, but I believe it's gonna be the monk, just because I really like the look on the face of the otter, and I'll be playing it next turn anyways. Yeah, if we get a land here, we win pretty much. Because we have a lot of abilities to... Monstrous Rage. Grrr. Okay. Well, either way, we get to plot 2 Slick Shot show-offs. I think that's going to be worth it compared to just dumping them out for 2 flying. So I'm going to do that. Plot 2 Slick Shot show-offs and no attacks. Thank you so much for your time. Nyahaha. Momentum Breaker. I will be sacrificing my gorgeous little otter. Thank you so much. Tom, I like your hat. Hey, thank you so much. God damn, Mr. Thank you so much today. Alright, I think this is still in our favor. The Fear of Isolation is annoying, but it's okay. We do have to win this next turn or leave some stuff back for blockers. So, I guess we count it up. Well, let's just do... This is not the optimal way of doing things, but it's what I'm going to do, which is going to make the moves that we know we're going to make, and then work out how the rest of them get us there. Then, this Monstrous Rage Storm Chaser's talent. We're good to go. This is definitely less grim than showing up to the card shop and finding you're the only one there to play a Magic Gathering. It's a misery, but unfortunately, yes, there are just a lot of people out there who love playing Magic on Arena, but do not play it out in the world. Okay, we're gonna win here. Block as you will. Oh, fantastic choice. Unfortunately, it's in the grips of a Monstrous Rage. Boom, 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 boom. And now, you are at -9. Yeah, hey! Okay, this deck rocks. I might have to build this in paper. God damn. That's so fun. That's so fun. Okay, what do I want? Can a target spell with mana value 4 or greater? No. Bum, bum, bum. Torch the tower? Not really in this deck, I don't think. Pyroclasm, dealing 2 damage to each creature. No, I don't think so. Oh, man, maybe. This is why they banned Monstrous Rage in Best of 1. Yeah, I mean, in Best of 1, it's completely impossible to play around, you know? Oh, gosh, I'm not sure what to sideboard in or out, to be honest with you. I should restart the client so I don't get this strange white visual glitch. Rage is good in Best of 1. They banned Leyline in Best of 1. Right. Yes, no, that's right. Or is that? Yeah, because Rage is still in there, from what I can tell, because Mono Red is still a deck in the format. Goodness. Is there anything here that I don't like seeing when it's in my hand? Potentially Spell Pierce? Like... no, I think I like the deck as it is. You know what? I don't know. Literally just played Monstrous Rage in Best of 1. Honestly, I'm so unused to playing Best of 1 that it completely passed me by. You're right. I did just play Monstrous Rage in Best of 1. Alright, let's mulligan that. That's a mono land and that's no good. This is looking much better. I think I shipped the mountain off to the bottom here. And... what's the turn 1 play? I wonder. I think we play the tapped land and then look to start cooking from turn 2 onwards. Okay, they have their own otter. Congratulations. Oh, okay, the third land does change it for me, I think. Best of 3. Yeah, Ruth Badass. Oh god, Ruth Badass for the Winsburg. Yeah, your go. Oh. Nice. You're right, thank you. I'll play out this. And then... oh, that's literally the opposite of what I wanted to do. Never mind. Oops. Sometimes the lands all look the same, and it's hard to tell the difference between this because I had in my head like, oh, play the one with this fucking tower and the artwork. And I goofed. Alright, they ding me for 1. Next, Fear of Isolation. Make another otter in a second. Fair enough. I will... gosh, well, I've effed myself up here, gang. Quarry Steel Cutter, maybe, just to get a start? Yeah, I messed this up so bad just by misplaying the Restless Spire, which enters tapped. So my turn 3 now, X amount of gameplay later is going to be much worse. Okay, let's see. They've got a 1-1. Do I care about that? I think the move is just going to be... I could sleight of hand. I don't want to return anything they have to its owner's hand because all their stuff hurts me when it does that. Gah. Yeah, I've messed this up so bad. I think I just plot a slick shot show off and ship the turn back to them. Unfortunate. What will you do? Oh, you'll return your Storm Chaser's talent to your hand, making you a 2/2 flyer. And then another Storm Chaser's talent. Well, unfortunately, they are running away with this one on a 2-lander. And I have to feel that some part of it is because I messed up that early gameplay, but that's okay. Now, if I play Slick Shot Show Off out and Sleight of Hand, Sorcery Speed, I will attach Quarry Steel Cutter, thank you so much. I can put one of these into my hand. One of them makes a creature, so that's going to be the call for me, I think. Or potentially the instant of drawing a card is... let's go ahead and take this. Okay. And we have Into the Floodmoor available to return something, or we can just scry one, draw a card. I think the move here is just going to be plot the slick shot, move on. Could attack with the slick shot, but I think the best move here is to just get them to use the removal. We could try and block the pixie or the fear of isolation, but that's so... never mind. We lose. Okay, we have no response to that, unfortunately. Oh, you fucked up so bad. Okay, never mind. We're in it with a shot based on what a crazy move that was. 3, 4, 5. No, never mind, actually. We're dead in the water here, I believe. Alright, let's go game 2. Yeah, no way we can clear this much of a board. Sleight of hand, look at the top 2 cards. Opt to look at the top 1 card of my library. Make a guy. There. Alright, let's go game 2. You're right, they did take out the only thing that trades. I was thinking that they were trying to get the Cory Steel Cutter out of there for the longer game. And I was overlooking the fact that they were so decisively winning the short game that it did not matter. All right, I think maybe one Pyroclasm can come in here. Because dealing 2 damage to each creature, if they're tapped out and have a board full of prowess creatures, that would be decent for us. All right. That's the big sweeping change that I'm making to the deck. Okay, we have our Pyroclasm that I was just talking about. Deals 2 damage to each creature. Unfortunately, we have literally nothing else, no card selection, so I'm going to go ahead and mulligan that. Keep 6. I'll bottom the Spell Pierce, maybe? Oh, man, yeah, I think actually one Monstrous Rage goes to the bottom here, because I do like the idea of keeping Spell Pierce available for turn 2. So, Witchstalker Frenzy need to come into. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. You're right, they do attack with large groups of creatures. Ooh, we discard a card and lose 2 life. Okay. I think I'm ditching the Monstrous Rage because Spell Pierce at least gets me something in the future. Like when they go to pick up this Hopeless Nightmare, I'll be able to cut that off and that'll be a big swing of tempo. Hopefully. Okay, interesting. No turn 2 play so far. In that case, I'll go ahead and cast out Cory Steel Cutter. If it enters and they cast a spell in response, we will... Okay. Probably be able to counter it. Would you like to do something? I think so. Yay! Okay, that's a very nice thing to happen for us. We counter their removal spell. We make a monk of our own. Now we are empty-handed and they have 5 cards. Actually, I take it all back. This is a terrible situation. Hey, thank you, Matthew Olson. Me too. I hope I have a wonderful weekend also. Oh, no! Sheltered by Ghosts comes in. Do they take the token or the cutter? Okay, another Verge. Unfortunately, that means that we can attack with a 2-3 and do nothing. Hit him for 2. Move on. Not taking the cutter feels insane. It feels like definitely the wrong choice there because I'm 2 card draw spell. I'm card draw into card draw away from building up a board again. And then I would just have a 1-1 with Prowess. Cory Steel Cutter to get a Prowess trigger. I think we'll probably eat a removal spell in a second. Feels reasonable to just chuck this on our Monastery Swift Spear again. Most suited up Monastery Swift Spear of all time, coming in for 4 damage with Trample. You will remove it with a Go for the Throat if I had to guess. Town ain't big enough. Alright, yep, they return it to our hand, unfortunately. I'll play it back out with Haste Prowess. And fortunately, that will give me 2 nasty monks. Wahoo! Oh, this card, dude. I love Quarry Steel Cutter very much. I'm really glad I'm playing it for the first time on Arena, because I would not be able to keep track of the second spell you've cast this turn triggers at all. Gotta think they're regretting not taking the Quarry Steel Cutter now. That said, I think they're still firmly in control of this. Oh, no. Yeah, they're swinging in for 5 lifelink. Ugh. This is going to be a swing back to the starting life total for them. I think I... Gosh. Okay, they have white mana available, which means they could have an Elspeth Smite here, which deals 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. If they have that, I definitely lose. If they swing me for 5 life total, do I also still lose? The best thing that could happen here is I draw, like, Stock Up or something, I guess? Ugh. I'll try and get their life linker off the board. Okay, we do it. We have an empty board, but that's about to change on account of we have our beautiful Swift Spear ready to refill. I think I'm going to go ahead and cast this pre-combat. So no chance of a combat trick, but we get the 2 monks to attack with. Whoo! Coming in for 10. Now we're talking. All right. Quarry Steel Cutter is so good. It feels so good to play. Twitchers upgrade the US military ads on your stream from Marines to Space Force. Wow. Yay! All right. Play this out. The thinking behind that being that I'm going to actually move the Quarry Steel Cutters around here. Here to trade, my lord. Scry 2. A plot might have been a smart move there, because plot put 2 Quarry Steel Cutters on the Monastery Swift Spear. Would, I think, have been the better play, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see. The fact that they haven't removed all my stuff yet does lead me to think that we are winning this game. Kaido comes out, hard cast, no chance of that connecting any other way. What will you do now? Tap target creature, put 2 stun counters on it. You got it, big man. All right, we have an island available to us. Okay, I can make this a 4/5 trample haste. I'd like to do that, I think. And then just attack with the others? Is that better to me than... Yeah, I think... Look, I should have played the show off because that would have gotten me an extra monk token further on. But... I was stupid. Quarry Steel Cutter, the... Yeah, look, they're tapped out. I think I'm just going to go for a big, tall attack here. Four, five, six. There's a lot of ways we win this. If they want to eat our monk tokens, that's fine. But it also, I think, completely takes it out of the game. They're able to get like a instant or sorcery spell back from their graveyard, but that's okay. That said, it'll probably be this town, which will return this and this, so they'll start building up a board states a little bit. And in combat, I'll move this over here, because why not? We have enough mana to do it at any point. Go ahead. Just because that takes it up to a base 2 power flyer. So they're on a bit of a clock. Hit us for 3, surveil 2, draw a card.
Information is its own weapon.
Alright. They can't this town this turn unless they draw it. They don't, but they do have a blocker. And a nurturing pixie. Make another blocker. Alright. Okay, they have 4 toughness on the board. And I am sitting here with... Let's see. Sending through 5 power. I think we just do this. Okie dokie. I think I want the Hex Mage dead here. Cool. Put that on there. Pass to you. You're on 1 life. Can you kill me? Let's see. Dude, I'm so bad at Magic the Gathering, Ruth. I really can't. Oh, no! Okay, they're now going to be at 3 life. Arg! Sorry, 4 life, I mean. Because this has lifelink. Yep, take me down to 8. Sorry, hit me for 8, take me down to 2. They are on 4. Bunch of stuff here potentially wins us the game. What card do they have in their hand? Is it just a land? They can't skill that up. They can't do that. They can surveil 2, draw a card. I think that's probably going to be... Oh, no! I forgot about that! Because Kaido's text box on Arena when he's a creature doesn't show you it. All right, cool. I think we probably have lost here, then. Oh, yeah, we lose. Well played. Although... Do we? Storm Chaser's talent. Burst Lightning is huge. Okay. Bing, bing, bing. I will attack. I will attack with these. Stock up is crazy. Thanks. No, come back. No. Okay. Oh my god, dude. All right, Cory Steel Cutter. It's real. It's real and it can hurt you. Magic kicks ass. Magic does kick ass, man. Hoof. All right, we get 500 gold and 600 gold and 550 experience and a card. Now, what is that card? It's Cavernous Maw. Ah. Nick Kroll fans will be happy to see this one. Trying to think of other actors I could say that would make it clear that that's a... Yep. Nice Guy Fats gets it. Yep. Don't get that. I don't get it. Okay. John Mulaney fans will enjoy this one. No, that's too general. It sounds like I'm referencing Too much tuna / oh hello. Fuck. Who else? Puberty fans will love this one. Please don't post in the chat whether you're a puberty fan or not. All right. Just going to relaunch the game here. Jason Mantzoukas fans. Okay, God, that's so much better. Question mark? Don't question mark me. They made the show for a shocking amount of seasons, by the way. I remember watching the first season of Big Mouth and be like, okay, yeah, no, well, I mean, every character is hideous, but I am glad that all these comedians I like are getting money. And then you like check back in on it, you're like, damn, you guys didn't stop making Big Mouth? I would have thought that that would have been really easy to do. Julia Roberts. No, you're exhausting, Mom. Why do they make it so bad to look at, though? I don't know. Is there a guy walking around drawing stuff like that? All right. Back to it. I really love this Corey Steel Cutter deck. Man. This is one of the decks that's going to be hard to keep track of the triggers of in paper. Ay, ay, ay. Also, hey, shout out again. This is a sponsored stream. You can learn more about the Plane of Tarkir, the cool new cards, and foil treatments, and that horrible, nasty, no good Dragonstorm here at the link that is pinned in the chat message up the top. Sponsored, hashtag sponsored. Sponsored, hashtag sponsored. Do you have a deck list by chance? I kind of want to try blue-red. Yes. Let me... You know what? I will link you directly to the deck list that I ripped off. Here. It is... this deck. It came 5th in a Magic the Gathering Online Standard League, which is, as I understand it, not a high bar to pass. It's not like it, you know, was sweeping through stuff, but it does mean that someone smarter than me put it together. I just cut some of the rare lands and turned them into mountains because I didn't have that many rare wild cards kicking around. Downloaded Arena for the first time in ages? Hell yes. Play first or draw first? I will select to play first. 3 lands, no creatures, but a bunch of card draw. That's gonna be a mulligan for me. 1 land? Ugh. 1 land, Monastery Swiftspear into Prey. I gotta... we're going to 5. I'm not even looking at it because I know we're keeping 5. Bin the Sheevan Reef and the Burst Lightning here, I think. No, you know what? We keep the Burst Lightning because the Monstrous Rage won't come down for a while. That way we at least get a turn 3 of making a monk if everything else falls apart. Alright. And if they have like a elf or what have you, then we do get to do something. Alright, my turn. Corey Steel Cutter, you'll go. Illiterate elephant. Dude, I believe this elephant's name is Quintorius in the lore. He's so cool. Slick Shot Show Off and opt for the monk and also some card selection. They respond by cutting down the Slick Shot Show Off. Fine by me. Go for the throat. Never mind. Full turn invested. Love that. I will attach Corey Steel Cutter, and then I will scry 1, draw a card. I'll take the Monastery Swiftspear. Thank you so much for your help. Swing in for 2. All right. Next turn, play both of these cards. Hope for a draw. Oh, no.
I'll take note of all your failures.
Okay. 4 mana Jason. Stock up is so good to see right now. Okay. Well, dude, unfortunately, I think we kind of clear you here. I think that you're in big, big trouble, mister. Let me read Jace for a second. The +1 gets up to next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -3, -0. Target player mills 3 cards, and if... Do we I think... I feel like we're going wide more than anything. And you know what? If they want to spend their turns getting set up with this Jace, I think we just hit them in the face and they live to regret that. Don't attack with the -1 and hit you for 4. Next turn, we play stock up. Hit for a bunch. Oh, my stock up! They get to look at my hand and discard a card. I draw another Corey Steel Cutter, which is nice, but... Arg. Alright, they give another Monastery Swift Spear, -1/-1. Ah, dang it. That's... I mean, honestly, it's very good for them, because... that little guy was about to mess them up a big time. I'll attack with a 4/4 token. Would you care to take this much damage, or will you block with your Oil Deep Gear Hulk, which is what I figure you'll do? Fair enough. Oh, I wanted to do that. It's so good that one of the best cards in Magic right now is just a guy buying foods from an insect. Alright, they're tapped out. This could be our opportunity to get something going. If we draw any card draw spell, unfortunately we draw a land. But that's okay. Okay. They cut down my 1/1. That's rough. I think we're now in a position where we're losing unless we get, again, just trying to draw for a opt or like a similar card draw spell off the top so we can double spell and cast a Corey Steel Cutter. Uh-oh. Okay. When it attacks, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. Whenever an opponent discards a land card, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying, and when it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped and transformed, so it transforms back into a land. All right. Now then. Oh, I can do an Into the Floodmaw, which doesn't give me anything. Ay, ay, ay. All right, well, look, I'll equip my dang Swift Spear, make it an 0/4. But we're certainly on the path to losing this. Doomsday Excruciator. When this creature enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the top... Oh, okay, yeah, we lose. Yeah. Well played. I'll show you how this works, actually. I won't concede, because it is kind of cool. Gosh, I haven't played against the mill deck in... I mean, maybe ever? I mill 3 times X cards, which is, of course, 6 cards. Considering that my deck just got reduced to... Oh, they can only be creature. My deck just got reduced to 6 cards. That unfortunately does mean that I lose the game immediately upon drawing my next card. They hit me for 4 just to make sure that I remember, and I turn into a skull. All right. Good night, Glassbecker fell out of pants. Now, what can I do about that? I mean, I think that another stock up comes in... Spell Pierce, I think, is out. It would be... Oh, maybe it's good to have that for the removal that they use. I don't know. But I think that's out. Lithomantic Barrage. Congratulations, you're on the team. You allow me to spend 1 red to deal 5 damage to Jace. So I think that's going to stick around. And we would have been able to deal a lot more damage if we'd had that. Alright, let's see. I like Iconoclast in this matchup. Make more dudas to hit them with. That makes sense. Let me read Third Path Iconoclast. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1. Oh yeah, that would have been good. Okie doke. Decent starting hand. Let's see. Enters tapped. I'll look at the top 2 cards in my library, put one of them into my hand. I believe I'll take the Storm Chaser's talent here just to go a little bit wider. Okay. Next turn, what do I do? Well, it's about to become a little bit easier. They take one of the slick shots. Now they know my whole plan. Play out another one of these, and I think I'll just plot the slick shot show off. They're going to use removal on it immediately. But at least this way, if we draw a Corey Steel Cutter, we get something to do. Okay, play this. Try and get some damage in. I feel like they're going to remove Slick Shot Show Off. But I'd be thrilled to be wrong. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other onto the bottom of your library. Burst Lightning. Compared to a land, I'll take Burst Lightning. Thank you so much. And I can play it this turn, should I want to. Use it now or wait? Gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4 extra damage. Or I'll wait. Yep, good. Glad that I did that. And glad that I was, of course, right about them having removal. On account of they are in a blue-black deck. These are very much the colors that kill your stuff. Sorry, remover. If it helps with the confusion with me saying removal, I will now say remover a few times. Remover. Remover. Alright, hopefully that helped. Monastery Swift Spear times 2 is going to be the play here, I think. Just filling up my hand with creatures because they're going to remove what I get down. Might be wrong, but representing a decent amount of damage there. And we have enough other stock ups that we can make something else happen. Oh my god, no! We lose! I forgot about Phyrexian Obliterator. Whenever a source deals damage to this creature, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents of their choice. Is there anything we have that plays around this? Yes, there is like one card that plays around this, and it's the one that returns target creature to its owner's hand. So what do we do? I think maybe we play 2 Swift Spears out and then wait. They're just going to hold this up as a blocker for sure. But I think we play 2 Swift Spears out and then I'll stock up. Maybe the play there would have been to stock up on that turn, but I just want to... Because they could Dreams of Steel and Oil. Oh no, Dreams of Steel and Oil is just creature or artifact. But they could have stolen it. Okay. We're digging. They will be removing some of this. Okay, we have Opt. I think we have to just take both of the card draw spells here, unfortunately, even though I love seeing the Corey Steel Cutter. Arg. I wish I'd played out my mana differently there. Okay. I should have played the mountain first so I still had a blue available to dig just one bit deeper. The standoff continues. Unfortunately, that is so in their favor, it's not even funny. I'll stock up again, leaving red-blue untapped. And you've got to think, I think what's happening here is they're letting me draw a lot because they do have a what is it? They do have a 3 steps ahead style counterspell in hand, if I had to guess. I'll bottom the Storm Chaser's talent, I think. Or do I? I'd love to just get the Storm Chaser's talent out there and try and attack with a whole bunch of guys, but I think we're just still digging for a bounce spell. I mean, if they're not playing anything else, maybe they just have nothing. No, my feeling is that they are happy to sit as long as we are not moving, because their deck benefits from... Oh my god, okay, we get a land. I'll grab this. Yeah, they are currently winning because we are not attacking. Because us attacking loses us the game. They're not just holding counters, I think. They're probably just like... There's not much point to them doing much. Okay, mountain out. I think... Okay, I can level for that and draw... No, okay, let's opt 1. Yeah, exactly, nice guy Fats. They're waiting because they can win at any time when they... get their mill combo. Burst lightning, not what we're looking for. I'll opt once more. Lithomantic barrage. I can deal 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Awesome. Well, that is unfortunately put us at the position where we can lose the game at instant speed. I would say there is a near certainty that this deck that we're currently facing off is slow rolling a piece of single target removal. So we're never going to be able to get that off. But if we were to be able to just throw 1 Hail Mary pass, it's going to be Slick Shot Show Off, I think. Let's see. They are digging, which is good for us. Like, they do have every bit of mana in the world available to them. Oof. Okay, let's start off by playing Slick Shot Show Off. Do they counter? They don't. Okay, so they are waiting to counter the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can bring stock up back and play it from hand. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This is 8 damage. 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. If none of these get counted, we win. Would you like to block? You cannot, for it is flying. I think we lose, but maybe it's worth it. Honestly, maybe I should have just attacked all. They remove it. Okay, in response to that, they remove it. That does give me the ability to pump it again. Now they go for the throat it. Yep. Destroy target non-outlaw creature. I can't believe Slick Shot Show Off is not an outlaw. The tragedy. Alright, everything gets a bunch of prowess triggers. It still wouldn't have been enough, I don't think, to win in 1 turn. Wait, would it have? 6 damage to face, and then... Oh, that would have been enough. Nevertheless! Oh well. We stock up. And we move on. We don't think about it ever again. Assuming they don't have another removal. Yeah, and I feel like they may well have some more removal. They come in for 5 damage. Okay, they're feeling confident about themselves, or I think what's happening is they probably have... Wait, they don't have another Phyrexian Obliterator? Okay. Okay. Stock me up. Quarry Steel Cutter is good, but we don't get to play it, really. I'll take this and... Sorcery. Is there an instant speed board wipe in Standard right now? Fim. One of these into my hand, I'll grab that. And now we're swinging in for 12, which we can make lethal if they have no removal. Make our otter monstrous. Okay. We hit them for 12. It's not going to be enough. And they still have 2 cards in hand. Oh, never mind. We hit them for more than 12. I did my maths wrong. If we untap, we win. Okay. What would you like to do? It's very important that you answer seriously. Deadly cover-up, destroy all creatures. That's fine. They exile a bunch of... they exile a card from an opponent's graveyard. There's... Unless... If they have a counter... Okay, yeah, they get Slickshot Show-Off out of there. Hope you got 2 counter spells. Alright, good game! Oh, God, that was only game 2. No! All right. Oh, that was horrible. Okay. In that case, I think we take out the Lithomanic Barrage and we bring in the 2 third path Iconoclasts to try and go a bit wide. They're going to have more board wipe opportunities for sure. But did I say board wipe? Anything I can do here. Counter target spell with mana value 4 or greater. I can see myself putting this in, honestly. Because otherwise we have 0 counterplay to Obliterator. So I think... what do we take out? I think Burst Lightning comes out, as much as it pains me to say it. Take 2 of them out and put in 1 Disdainful Stroke, and... These are both non-creature spells. Maybe a Spell Pierce comes in. What's the new Chandra do again? She makes vehicles. And the vehicles become artifact creatures for the turn that she makes them. I can sacrifice an artifact or discard a card if I draw a card. You know what? Honestly, that might be a decent call. For 4 mana, they don't really have too much to do against it. Board wipe sounds like a BSD episode title. Yeah, we have a wonderful way of making our episodes the stupidest thing in the world, which unfortunately does just reflect their content. Oh, okay, man, I'm kind of wishing that I had more Into the Floodmoors in the sideboard, but also I don't think this deck is present enough usually to make that kind of call with a lot of regularity. All right. Let's see. Good gravy. They are choosing which player will play first. It is, if I had to guess, going to be me going second on account of that's the good thing to choose. Ooh, we're on the scary Phyrexian board. Look at this, everybody. We got the HR Giga POV. Looking down at the head of some four-limbed freak. I mean, four that we can see. HR what? Giga. Second biggest loser.
American English, HR, Giger.
Uh-huh. Want to do it? Or are you getting timed out for 20 minutes? There was Geiger like the counter. No, it's spelled different. Now, the only reason I know that is because of Paul F. Tompkins's... No, fuck, not Paul F. Tompkins. I just know it because I listen to everything Paul F. Tompkins has ever done. The only reason I know that is because of the super ego character of Hey, really, Giger? Yeah. Damn, I've been saying that wrong all along. Well, it probably wasn't coming up too often. All right, they make their choice. We have a banger of a hand. Play out a tap land. Second turn. Or do we actually? You know what? Maybe Spy Bluff Canal, Monastery, Swift Spear play out another thing. I think we do that to try and bait some removal, because it'd be really nice if the third path Iconoclast stuck around. Now, is this guy still there? Did they make the selection to play first? Or potentially have they stepped away from their computer or dropped connectivity? Because I'm not seeing many signs of life. I believe this is their last timeout. I think we get the turn passed to us if they don't make any actions here, which is pretty brutal for them, as playing no cards and then having to discard, that stinks. They either had to pee or they are BMing you. It would be strange to BM on the third game of a best of three, but the gamer is a self-damaging beast. I don't think they're... I think if they were BMing, they would be spamming emotes at least. I think maybe they started shitting their pants and had to waddle away to shit their pants away from the computer chair. All right. Bumper. All right, Arbiter of Woe. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature for a 5/4 flyer. When it enters, each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. You draw a card and you gain 2 life. Damn. Oof, my Woe is getting arbitered to hell and back. All right, well, I can see myself playing that in a limited format. If you're doing some sort of mill control deck and you BM someone else, you are the problem. Yeah, I feel like if you're a control player, you have to be just like... Well, you don't have to, but I think it falls upon you to be, like, the nicest person in the world on account of you are, I mean, you are truly just... You're falling apart. You know, you're ruining people's day when they match up to you, so you might as well make it nice by being a nice person to hang out with. Make it like you're spending a longer stopover in a nice airport rather than you have a long stopover in a shitty airport. You know, they're both shitty, but one at least is like you're being smiled at and talked nicely to, and you leave being like, oh, you know what? That wasn't so bad. That's my attitude to playing Control. Thomas, Vacuum is definitely just there for the omniscience, but... You could cut all the sideboard cards and play best of 1. Look, best of 3 is where it's at. I gotta be honest. It's so much better than best of 1. It's completely reshaped how much I like Magic the Gathering. Playing it. And, like, in terms of, like, burning out on the game and just being like, well, it's all fucking just... It's just a fucking... it's just a coin flip, whether you match up into something that you have a good matchup with or not. At least in best of 3, you get an opportunity to, like, you know, smooth that curve out. Your opponent's doing it also, but, like, if you really fucking hate a certain deck, you can put in like 8 sideboard cards against it. I used to play Control in Modern, and I was always so apologetic until I had an opponent say, never apologize to gamers, they deserve to suffer. Forkel von Morkel, that's so true. Any dopamine that you're denying a Magic the Gathering player is a good deed. Alright, up against someone using the Yargle art, which is a giant, horrible frog demon. Opponent has chosen to go first with lightning speed. We have an opportunity to keep a hand that plays Swift Spear, then never draws a blue and loses. I will be mulliganing this hand. Looking so much better. I think I remove a card from my hand. Yeah, I like these playables too much to say goodbye to any of them. All right. Hey, hell yeah, Lapscallion. Yeah, I don't know. I think Ghost Vacuum, I'm not sure. I feel like Omniscience is like a more prominent... Sorry, what I'm talking about is a deck that Ghost Vacuum is in there to deal with, which is the Omniscience combo. Twinsies. The Omniscience combo is like based around... Ah, shit, we discard a card. Based around sending a very powerful card to your graveyard and then cheating it out. So I think you could live without him. Okay. Now we could return that to hand. Just get rid of it straight up. I think I'll Slick Shot show up instead. Hit you for 1 because you know I don't want to trade with this otter at any point. Yeah, I can just lose to that. That's fine. Very, very honorable of you. All right. The River by a Verge brings out a 3rd land. I like that. I believe they are going to be saving a Go for the Throat for our beloved Slick Shot show-off. Will I give them the opportunity to do so? I don't know. I think, you know what? We're going to eat removal at some point. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it out. Sure. Sleight of hand, please. Yeah, I'll grab the Spell Pierce. Countering a non-creature spell feels good. And now I have a Monstrous Rage that I can play while keeping Spell Pierce up. Attack all. Sure. I believe they will be cutting it down in response. Oh, I really should have put it over here, actually. That was goofy of me. Okay. I will be countering that spell. I'm so sorry to say. I'll be countering This Town Ain't Big Enough, which is devastating for them. Oh, man. Oh, buddy. Oh, no. Oh, no. What happened? Hit you for 10. All right. Bad day for them. For real. For real. Okay, they play out the Corroding Dragonstorm, which is the card that made me want to try the Pixies deck for the first time in my life. They bin 2 lands, and we have a fantastic turn ahead of us. Attacking an opponent with nothing. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand. I will absolutely take a stock up any day of the week. And do I just win? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can deal 9 damage, get them down to 2 life. And then after that, do that. I think... I don't know. Maybe I save this. Nah, go on. Get him out of there. It's not going to fit into my curve at any point, really, unless I... So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. My thinking is, next turn, I definitely want to stock up. Boom! All right. Next game. What do I take out against a deck like this? This is, again, a deck that is based around using this town ain't big enough to drop cards, well, and other cards, to play powerful enters the battlefield type effects and then return them to hand. So you can basically loop them over and over and over and over and over and over. With that in mind, maybe a Pyroclasm comes in. Because their stuff has pretty low toughness on my turn. Bargain, I don't feel like. Which Stalker Frenzy? Oh no, I don't know. What the hell? It says this cannot be played in the current standard format? Oh, weird. Oh no, that should be the... That deck that I linked to is definitely can be played in the current standard format. Hell, I'm doing it right now. Maybe there's something that got copy-pasted in wrong. You know what? Into the Floodmoor did good work for me there, but I think I would be happier to see a Pyroclasm, like, a lot of times out of 10. Is there anything else that kind of fits that same vibe? Maybe an extra stock up, honestly? Or... Oh yeah, you probably just put in, like, the old dual lands. I'll put in that, and you know what? I'd like to give a try to this 3/3 that casts, that brings in a discard draw thing. Let's go. Yeah, nice go, Fats. The triggers do work. If you Pyroclasm Prowess sees you cast a spell. Ooh, baby. Okay. I think I keep this. Just to see how it goes more than anything, to be honest. But the idea of getting 2 Cory Steel Cutters out is, well, never mind. Maybe it's dead. Herg. What do I keep from this? I think I bin... Cory Steel Cutter, unfortunately. Slickshot Show Off. You know what? I'm going to bin the Slickshot, even though I don't feel good about it. No, you know what? I bin the Monstrous Rage. I want to build out a board state more than anything, I think. And we pass the turn. Okay. Arg! I'll bin a Burst Lightning. Okay, so I think Slickshot Show Off plot is the way to go here, because we can plot this. I shouldn't be an issue with weird art cards. I think they're... Look, if something should be like red if you can't play it in standard in your deck list if you want to look through it. I think the move here is Slickshot Show Off plot, because that means that next turn we can play this and definitely get a token. Okay. I've been looking at the screen this whole time. I thought you were saying the name of a guy named Cory Steel Cutter. God, that's a fucking cool name. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going crazy mode. If we draw a land here, we get to get 2 Cory Steel Cutter triggers and throw the Slickshot Show Offs out. Give it a go. There's the land. Unfortunately, it enters tapped. Arg! Alright. Is that enough for me to get... Yeah, you know what? Let's just get this out and try and build something, because I think they're maybe slightly benefited in the long run here, because they have just so much removal in their deck. They cut down my Monk, and I assume they have another one for my Show Off. -3, -3. Makes sense. End turn. No, I haven't looked into... I haven't run into anyone trying to make the new Delve Dragon work. Sounds cool, though. Okay, cast this, cast this. Yep, give me my monkey. Give me 2 of them, in fact. And then I believe I will scry 1 and draw a card. Alright. They cut down my slick shot show off in response. That's fine by me. I still have 2 2/2s that are about to come 3 3s. Spell Pierce. It means that their next removal spell will probably cost them their whole turn. You know what? I'll take that. It doesn't let us definitely trigger the monks, unfortunately, but it will slow them down a bit. And we're currently ahead on board. So that's okay. Yeah, I mean, if you board wipes, we're laughing. Let's see. I don't think this is the kind of deck that packs board wipes, but against ours, maybe. Okay. That's counted unless you play 2, which you cannot. And so that goes. Now we get a chance to play our cool new card. Okay. Nothing doing, but you know what? Attacking with a 3/3 haste just seems good. Discard up to 2 cards, draw that many cards. Sounds great, actually. And now a card is going to be copied in our graveyard and we play it until end of turn. Attack! Exile a card at random from your graveyard. I can play Monstrous Rage until end of turn. Oh my! Alright. Alright. This game is good. Fwim, 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 fwim. Fwim, 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 fwim. I even forgot that was my second card of my second spell of the turn. Holy shit. Oh my lord, dude. This deck is real. This is fun. Alright, sick. Okay, we got 50, 50. What's next? Why, it's Valley Rally. We can gift a food to our opponent to make creatures we control get +2 until end of turn. If that gift was promised, target creature you control gains first strike until end of turn. Okay. Man, I'm having such a wonderful time. What's the link for the deck list? I will throw it at you over here. Here you go. I really should put it in Moxfield or something, but I think this is more honest, showing that I am ripping off the hard work of E. Hembry. All right, let's queue up again. Bum-ba-da-dum-bum-ba-ba-dum-bum. Oh yeah, I made my own GIF here. Does it work on the website? God damn it, it doesn't, dude. I think it works on mobile. Crap. I'll show you after this game. I made a GIF to promote this thing and it doesn't work. Yeah, there's an AI explain feature. Yeah, it's... and here's the bonus. It doesn't work at all, which is kind of cool. I'll mulligan this, because if I'm going first, I want something to do on turn 1. This gives me nothing to do on turn 1 also. Okay, let's mulligan this as well. There's no way that card makes any sense even in the sideboard. Yeah, look, Thomas, that's a cool card that has no business being in standard in an aggressive deck. All right. Ah, man, what do I bin? What do I bin? I think we bin the Swift Spear, much as I hate to do it. No, you know what? We bin the Storm Chaser's talent. Because that extra little point of haste. Alright. Swinging for 1. Alright. Corey Steel Cutter, potentially. No, I think we swing in first, so they don't know what we have. And then plot Slick Shot Show off. Phyumph. They are exiling a non-land card from my hand. Goodbye, Corey Steel Cutter. That's a shame. Alright. They're tapped out, though. And I have access to a horrible big bird. Stock up is great. If we can draw a land for it, it's even better. But as is, we hit you for that much. Thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we don't draw anything to do with it. Now then. Going straight to damage means I'm gonna try and burst lightning you. I believe they'll return Slick Shot to my hand. Sorry, they'll... Oh, exile it. Yep. Cool. Got them on 9. They play out Maze Mind Tome, which is a card that draws cards for them. It's a book. Honestly, looks pretty cool. Kind of book you'd see someone reading on the train and think to yourself, alright. Can't do anything except... Oh, dang it, I should have stocked up. I didn't realize they were tapped out. Missed 1 damage. Chalk it up so everybody can remember. If I lose by 1, I stink and am bad. Of these, I think I take Monstrous Rage and the Cory Steel Cutter. Or do I? I take Storm Chaser's Talent and Cory Steel Cutter. I can play them both, which gives me a 2/2 with Haste and Trample. They're on 3 lands. Are they going to be able to do something? They are. They exile my beautiful... Oh, geez. That's actually... This is a really good card against us. Exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. So we're actually... Even though I think it was the right play there, we're kind of happy that that got played on our Swift Spear rather than our Cory Steel Cutter after a couple turns of building it up. Wasn't really... Okay, we swing in for 3. Yo, Pat! Thank you for the raid. How you doing? Are you well? Are you well? I'm playing Magic the Gathering Arena. Sponsored style. Wearing the witch hat that my wife made. And I think either our opponent is about to turn the corner or we're going to win this round 1 in a best of 3 match. No! Wait, actually, never mind. Check this out. Okay. Oh no, they exile all my stuff until that enchantment leaves the battlefield. Alright, I'm gonna give you a fish, and so then that enchantment leaves the battlefield. We get our otter. Sleight of hand me. Look at the top 2 cards of my library. Pull one of them into my hand, the other on the bottom of my library. Pull out a 1-mana spell if you don't mind. That's not the kind I wanted. Thank you so much. I'll keep it though. And then I'll equip this over here. Tapping like so. Okay. Hit you for 3. If we bounced it before it exiled, we would have kept everything. Really? Oh shit, I didn't realize that. I guess in my head, the trigger would have gone on the stack and have exiled everything and not given it a chance to... Aha! Sorry. Sorry you all heard me laugh like that. But that's good to know. The wife braggart. That's me. All right. Well, Spell Pierce was very good in that round of that, but I think also one health would have made the difference. We would have won 1 turn earlier. All right. What do we want to do here? Let's see. We have these cards to sideboard in against our opponent, should we need them. Hard to work out what that would be. If it's 2 paragraphs like Skycave Apparition, that's how it works, but 1 paragraph you can bounce and nothing gets exiled. Okay. What a wonderfully elegant way of remembering. I think I ditched the burst lightnings. Oh, you know what? They're on temporary lockdown, so maybe I keep the burst lightnings. Trying to think of how to work our game plan against a deck like this, which is just... It's trying to be control. And I think the thing we're going to try and do is diversify our threats. They exile a lot of our cards, so I don't think Tersa Light Shatter is likely to trigger. So I'm going to take the one copy of Chandra that we have. And then... you know what? I think we ditch the 2 into the Floodmoors and we take 2 Iconoclasts. Decks in this format must be at least 60 cards. Ugh, you're so particular. Let's grab the 4th stock up from our sideboard and see how this goes. There's some good removal against our monks for sure. They can just get rid of all of them. But let's see. That is a 5-land hand. That is useless to me, although it does have the lady on the bicycle doing the Akira slide. So I'm going to go and mulligan it. Okay, we have the lady again. God damn, drawing our 1 of 2 times in a row. What are the odds? Tragically, no, do I really put her on the bottom of my library? No, you know what? I don't. Because I would like to play her at some point. I think in this hand, though, it's pretty... I think it's justifiable to do that, but with a tapped hand start, I think I actually put the Monastery Swiftspear down. And try this. Let's see. Just 1 Monastery Swiftspear. Temporary lockdown to your heart's content. Of course, they do have creatures your opponents control enter tapped, and whenever a creature an opponent controls enters, you gain 1 life. So that's this is basically the anti-aggro card of the format right now, and it is a brutal turn 1 play. Play this. Monastery Swiftspear is going to come down and do nothing because it enters tapped. In fact, it gains them 1 life. Yep, and they exile a card from my hand, which is probably... I mean, heck, I don't know. Sleight of hand, maybe? Yeah, they want to keep me from digging deep early on. Okay, then I'll go ahead and play out that land, swing in for 1, try and undo the damage. Okay, what next? Tap land for them. They're trying to cast something with 2 mana. Maybe. Comes around to me again. 3 mana for Little Tombo. Alright. I think we're dealing with Monstrous Rage. And then Spell Pierce them if they try and remove it in response. Because I'm just coming in with a 5-4. Okay, no removal in response. We couldn't do anything. Pass turn. What would you like to do? Remove my little guy or do something for yourself? Another authority. Do we counter that? Do we just make them spend their whole turn doing it? That's 2 life whenever a creature enters. Gosh, I think actually Chandra plays around Authority of the Console so well that I think I'm okay with that just coming through. Alright, what do you do next? If you must. Tap land again. What would you like to do in attackers? Attack me for 1. You got it. It's cool. This card is... This deck is like playing an aggro deck that actually has decisions to make in it. Okay. And we can play blue and red to attack with a 2-1. So we can keep sitting back in the cut. That said, I think they're probably, even though I don't really know what they're doing, I think they're probably benefited in the long run. So I'll go ahead and stock up here. Which actually I shouldn't have done. That leaves me very open to removal. I think I take a Shivan Reef in the next stock up here. Play out Shivan Reef. Attack you with a 3-4. Alright. I could play out another Monstrous Rage. I like better the idea of leaving the Spell Pierce up. Because I feel like if we come into the next turn with Chandra and Spell Pierce, we're set up in a pretty decent place. Your Dracula looks quite pleased with himself. Pat, I'm so glad you noticed. I love this art so much. He's such a horrible, horrible man. The practice of picking the most annoying art possible for my player in every card game, really paying off in Magic the Gathering. Alright, boy oh boy, they do not have much to do at all. Now I can play Chandra, swing in with a 3-2, or I think I'm going to stock up, keep Spell Pierce in hand for if they do it, because I think this kind of advantage is just so hard for them to come back from. Alright, Monstrous Rage, Spy Bluff Canal. I'll grab these two to try and build up a board. Did this horse just fart in the game? You guys know you don't have to code in the horse farting, right? Dang. Alright, swing in with a 3-4. A 3 for what? A 3 for pooping, silly. Okay, now throw out a Storm Chaser's talent, or no, I think I'll sit with this because I feel like they're going to board wipe soon, and it will be good to have something to do when they do, you know? Cease. Exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. That target player gains 2 life and draws a card. All right. That's fine with me. They're trying to cut off a recursion of stock up, and I understand why. It's a good as hell card. Hopefully we'll be able to win without them worrying about that. Baza. Ooh, that's a creature spell. Ooh. They're going to gain life, and they're going to... Well, they don't do anything else, but they do have a 4-5 now. Okay. That's fine. I don't care much for it, but I understand why you felt the need to do it. Okay, they have 1 mana open. What next? Stop hitting me with this 1-1. Alright. The good news is we can easily trample over Baza our next turn. Alright. Play out an island. Next, Storm Chaser's talent. Thank you so much. After that, well, you're going to gain 2 life, which is awesome for you. Then, let me see. Yeah, I think we are going to just swing in and then opt instant speed to scry 1, draw a card. Get rid of their baser, but they do have an amount of life gain that makes this very awkward for us. Okay, love that. I'm so thrilled to see it. Is there a way I can cast it now? Not really. I can give more damage to my Monastery Swiftspear. You know what? I think the best use of that might be putting it on the Otter to make it more of a problem to clean up. It'll still make it a 5-6. Nah, let's do the extra damage over the top here. Second Monastery Swiftspear Monster Rage goes on. Only one of them sticks around. Ding, dong. Couple bits more damage over the top. Pass to you. Give them a little walking around life. Yeah. Happy to go ahead and show them that they have it in themselves. Now then, what would you care to do? Oh no! Alright, that's the premise of the deck here. Ketramos, the New Dawn. You can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile, which is good because he has Menace and Lifelink and is a 4-4. Whenever cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, lose 1 life and draw a card. Okay. So he's not quite there yet. But he's certainly close. I think we go with Chandra here. I think we need to put something on the board that doesn't care about what they're up to. And unfortunately, we very much care what they're up to right now. I'll make a vehicle, which becomes a creature, but that means that it doesn't trigger this BS. I'll target this vehicle. It becomes a creature until end of turn. And I'll swing with all. Thank you so much. All right. Then after this, I can draw a card. I think that'll probably be my play. Okay, interesting block. I guess. Oh wait, no, I didn't do that. I already made my vehicle. Storm Chaser's talent gets me an extra 1/1, but lowers my my ability to counter a board wipe. Downside is they not only know about the board wipe, they're gonna play it like next turn. I think I pass the turn here. If anything, maybe the move would have been to keep more mana untapped so I could animate Restless Spire. Unfortunate. I think that might have been a misplay. Let's see. Do they collect Evidence 6 and wipe the board, exiling everything? No, temporary lockdown. Okay. Well, that's gonna exile all my crap, unfortunately, which puts all... Oh, that means they get to attack into Chandra for free. Yep. And that means Chandra's gone. And that means our next creature is going to win them. Ooh, that's ugly. All right. All right, they're up to 13. That's very bad. I think that has lost us a bunch of shit. Okay. Anything here that's good? I mean, the closest thing is Burst Lightning for damaging over the top. We don't have a chance of doing that. All our shit gains them 2 life when it enters. You know what? I'm just going to go next on this one, I think. I think when they play Ketramos, unfortunately, because it's Menace, Lifelink, and Indestructible, that's just... I think that's good game. Let's go to the third game. Hey, watch up, zombies. Watch up, zombies. Jesus Christ. What's up, zombies? Yeah, I do like Magic the Gathering. Hell, I even play it in paper. That's how much of a sicko I am, dude. I'm not even just sitting down at the computer. I'm shuffling cards in real life and going, damn, these are actually pretty hard to deal with for a guy like me. All right, let's see. In that case, the authorities did get exiled by the lockdown. You're so right, Diablo. Sorry. In that case, I think potentially the Gifted Tap Fish comes down. Disdainful Stroke does let us... Well, it gives us a 1 in 60 chance to counter target spell with mana value 4 or greater. Which is good. I feel like that's of more interest to me currently than Flight the Board of Creatures, because they'll almost certainly have authority over the consoles. Is there anything else I care about? I mean, Tersa Light Shatter is good, I feel like. Refreshing my hand, you know. But again, I don't feel like they're going to let us build up too much of a thing. In conclusion, I believe I will keep the deck like this. Maybe lower 1 Monstrous Rage or 1 Swift Spear. No, that extra damage early on is going to be so good. I'll lose 1 Burst Lightning and put in a Floodmore. All right, let's see. Oh. Down here in silver, you know, the games don't mean anything, but they still feel like they do. I'll play first. Thank you so much for asking. I'll also mulligan this, although I do appreciate the offer. Or will I, honestly? Because, oh, we have some options, man. You know what? I'm keeping it. It's a 1-lander and I'm keeping it. Because, what do? We can scry one, draw a card. We can look at the top two cards of a library, put one of them into my hand and the other on the bottom of my library. I think that's going to be it. And search for land. No! Okay, scry one, draw a card, so not all is lost. We still get to dig for land on the next turn. We're going to see a lot of stuff. Oh! A land! Mercy. The downside is that Quarry Steel Cutter does go wide, but it's going to be able to be answered real easy by that turn 1 authority of the consoles. Ay, ay, ay. They do some stuff. By which I mean they play a Bleach Bone of Verge. Up to 2 lands for them as well. And then what? Some exiling or... Night Remover. Cease. Okay, so they have exiled my sleight of hand. And they gain 2. Starting the exiling earlier for them. This is gonna sting, man. No matter which way you slice it. I think 2 Quarry Steel Cutters try and build a wide board. More than anything. Then next turn we opt twice. Try and draw into something decent. Even just scrying into a land and then having Disdainful Stroke up. 3rd Quarry Steel Cutter. Oh, do I dare to dream? I think we're about to hit the point where they are at a point of no return, so I'm going to actually just scry one, draw a card. Sleight of hand is good for us, so I'll keep that. And I'll play it. Okay. Alright. Feel better at going down to 2 cutters in my deck. I don't know, man. I think the cutters are good as hell. It's just that, I'll admit it can be hard to get around. Alright. Board wipe? Beza. Urgh. That would have been good to have our Disdainful Stroke ready for. Unfortunately, it just comes in. There's a 4-5 around now. And I go, arg, ah, ow. Alright. I can cast 2 Monstrous Rages, which should get me up way beyond whatever they can block. Is that worth it, or do I want to play out a 3rd Quarry Steel Cutter? I feel like the amount of guys we can just fucking poop out on the battlefield for this is just worth it. Either way, I won't be getting them till after, but... Alright. Play this out. And... swing in with 2 3/3s. What would you care to do, my man? Moby-san is looking at our cards, looking at their fish, finding the blockers. There's a 4-5 blocking, and that is going to be eaten right up by me. Monstrous Rage. Fume. Quarry Steel Cutter is attached to a creature. They gain 1 life from the creature entering. Oh my lord. Okay. Attach Quarry Steel Cutter to it. Now is this one? Okay, no, we don't want to attach that one. Wait, no, can we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to go back to being a 3/3 because of Monstrous Rage. And then +2. Yeah, I actually think No, I will decline. Thank you. And I actually shouldn't have moved this one either. That was goofy of me. I was just accepting triggers. Actually, I should have saved that as well. Okay, Burst Lightning on top is nice, though. Okay, well, here comes a lot of damage. Do you board wipe? Oh, that was so stupid of me. Board wipe and win? Board wipe and win, Queen? Time for board wipe and win? Yeah. So, remember when I said this card was going to be really good against us? There you are. All right, now, the good news is I can get 3 monks back out on the board by casting 2 spells in a turn. The bad news is I have no way to do that unless they play a spell with mana value 4 or greater. Now, I do think they'll probably be doing that. Nevertheless, they're starting to exile. Okay. Sure thing. Yep, all of this happens. All of this has happened before and will happen again. They don't play anything. No! Okay. Stock up comes in clutch. Monastery Swift Spear, Storm Chaser's Talent. I mean, thank you so much for making it easy for me. And I'll build out a board as best I can, dude. I think it's... Ooh. I think I play out... I mean, none of these really make a difference. This would make a difference if I still had the mana available to return stock up to my hand. I think they're probably going to take that away. So, in that case, do I gain anything by playing 2 spells here? Or do I want to keep... You know what? I think I pass and keep the mana up for Disdainful Stroke. Because if they play Ketramos here, that would be bad. They probably only have 2 copies of it. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to anyone. That's how I feel about it. Oh no! Okay, the good news is that that's a 1-1, and it was only for 2. That's strange. That's interesting. I don't think they have many plays afoot here. But... Ketramos is 3 mana? Oh my god, I've been holding it back all this time for nothing. Alright, well in that case... Oh, dang it. Well, let's play these 2. Gain them some life out of the goodness of my heart. And make us some freaks. Is there a way cards you unbox you can add decks to in the... Huh? Oh, if you go up into the Dex tag, oh, I should have attached it there. Oh well, never mind. Okay, we gain them a humongous amount of life. Play out Storm Chaser's Talent just to get another guy, trying to make the exile plump and inviting to them. And I end my turn. Yeah, oh yeah. If your question is, oh, and that's mana value 3! Oh, my board! My beautiful board! Oh, no. Okay. Is there anything to be done? Sources are saying no. Do I just... I think I burst lightning the Beza? No, you know what? If we get... If there's any way we can win this... And there's not really, but... If there was... It'd be doing this. Grab me a stock up. Okay, next turn we can play that. We're still taking 1 damage this turn. That's a perfectly reasonable amount of damage to take. Now the bad news is, next turn we will... Our only possible counterplay here is to bounce the temporary lockdown into their hand, where they can then replay it for nada. And that is brutal. After you... Oh, Paisley Fontaine, basically, we're trying to use stuff against each other to, until one of us wins. I'm trying to do a bunch of quick, cool strikes, like a Kung Fu Master, and come in over the top. And they're basically trying to rope-a-dope me and make it so all my strikes turn into thin air. Hope that helped. And then they when I am worn down enough, they kind of crouch down by my sweating body and throw out a single jab. Like, they lie down and just extend a single punch over and over again. Deadly Cover-Up. They exile cards from my graveyard and exile them. Okay. What do they get out of there? They take my Monstrous Rages. Fair enough. And I draw a Monastery Swiftspear. Slick Shot Show-Off. Or I could just spend my whole turn making it so I make otters with prowess. Now, does that mean that they then just temporary lockdown and all my crap would go elsewhere? I think so. But I also think that might be the only way we build up a force enough to break through what they are doing. Potentially. If we do it on their turn, they can come in, they can be untapped by the time we get there. Cool. Oh shit, is it only... Oh, it's 2 or less. I thought they were going to bounce their own temporary lockdown. Dang. Big dog, I am bad at this. Alright, Spell Pierce and an island. I'll take the Spell Pierce, but it's not going to help. They have mana for days at this point. In that case, I'll stock up. Thank you so much. Two Slick Shot Show-Offs available to me. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play out the 2 Monastery Swiftspears. After this, it's going to be pretty much impossible as we have just 2 counters in hand and some Burst Lightnings to get through what they are planning to do, which is a 3rd temporary lockdown. Oh no. And they exile a card from my hand, which is probably going to be this Slick Shot Show-Off. Yep. This is, in a crowded field, this is my most hated card in Magic the Gathering right now. Primarily because all of the decks I play just want to play cherished 2-mana little creatures and then watch beaming as they go completely crazy against the opponent. And unfortunately, some people just don't want to see that beautiful future come to fruition. Now, happily, I can play these for absolutely no purpose. Swing in for 2 damage. They take it, because why wouldn't you? And they know we have 2 counter spells that are conditional that they can play around. There is Ketramos. I can bounce something. Does that do literally anything? I really don't think it does, unfortunately. I can get my Corey Steel Cutters back, but then they just play it again, and it loses. I can bounce the Ketramos, and that will be played again, which is going to be a lot. Unfortunately, I think we've lost this one. You know what? It's very honorable to lose to control. But I'm going to play it out because if we are able to bounce this Ketramos, we at least are delaying them a little. Okay, let me go get a blue source. I think is going to be more valuable at this stage in the game. We got 3 red and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blue exclusive sources. Pass my turn. go to attackers. They swing in with a 4/4 Menace Lifelink. I will return it to their hand. Menace Lifelink indestructible, which is gruesome. But at least doing this will prevent them from gaining 4 and dealing me 4. Now, that's not unfortunate. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Searches controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that permanent and exile them. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. So that means all of our Slickshot show-offs are now out of our deck. And our graveyard. I think we had 2 more in our... Yep. Library. Oh, why didn't you counter it? Oh shit, I could have countered it. Oh well. Look, the writing is very much on the wall. But yeah, no, I was definitely not in a position where I was thinking about winning that game. I think there was like... I mean, shit. There might have been a way around it, but I think... I definitely was feeling my brain overheat. So in answer to your question, why didn't you counter it? Because I'm stupid, and I forgot that I was holding the conditional counter spell. Because I'd assigned it in my head to useless. This is the GIF I made promoting this stream, by the way, that I just realized, having checked Blue Sky, does not animate on the website. Is that focusing at all? Embarrassing. Embarrassing that this doesn't work. All right. Next game. Stock up. Storm Chaser's Talent, Monstrous Rage as the 3 playable cards in hand. And some decent lands. Ooh, I don't know. I'll keep it. I don't care much for it. Sorry, thank you for reminding me to swing it on back. I don't care much for this hand. I don't like a 4-land or an aggro, but with stock up, it feels good. What are the odds that we're not going to draw into anything good, huh? Very low. Opponent plays Sleight of Hand. Maybe they're on their own version of this deck. Who's to say? Play this out. Swing in with this. Hup. The animation may be uncomfortable in places I didn't know I had. Damn, dude. You don't know about places you have? You've been around your body for pretty much the whole time. You should take census. Take stock of the various places the body has. Okay, we are in the mirror, which means... what does that mean? It means it'll be interesting figuring out which one of us blocks first. I think, on average, the hand we have is down the lower end of how this deck can go. I think you can buy singles. I think a lot of places have it as like pre-order currently, but I believe the singles are available. Slickshot Show Off plotted at least. I mean, it gives away what we have going on, but it's pretty decent. Offer the trade for our Otter and then try and go for Monstrous Rage over the top. Clear it out. I like that. Yep, fair enough. In that case, I believe I will Slickshot Show Off plotted and pass my turn. Not as mana efficient as I would like. Maybe a stock up was the play there. But I like the idea of casting the Slickshot, getting the pump from the stock up, and then if they respond, putting Monstrous Rage on the stock up, because they do... The problem with our decks is their removal is pretty much just deal 2 damage and pray. Okay. Pass. Take 4 damage. And it's my turn now. Yay! Play out a Slickshot Show Off. Then, I believe I'll be stocking up. Good game. The genius is here. Would you like to try to bolt it? Oh no, they're returning it to my hand! No, my big cool turn that I had planned. Well, fair enough. Okay. Another slick shot and a Corey Steel Cutter. The Corey Steel Cutter is non-negotiable. The question is whether I take Sleight of Hand or Slick Shot Show Off. I think... I think... Is it crazy to think that the Sleight of Hand might be better here? We already have one. 4 mana next turn. I don't think we'll be surviving like long enough for me to play the Slick Shot Show Off and pump it though. So, but Sleight of Hand is also slow. So I think I just take the 2 board builders here. I'll Sleight of Hand just in case we get our Burst Lightning and we can kind of cut them off the knees. And I'll Sleight of Hand now to see what we get. Take the Monastery Swift Spear off the top. Another prowess creature. Let's see what happens now. You know what they say about 2 birds? Yes. They're worth so much. Starting off with Storm Chasers, get themselves another little guy. Another Storm Chasers again. Oh dear. Why, I do believe I'll be dying. Okay. Yep, the mirror is rough. Me looking in a mirror. Take 8 down to 6. Almost everything kills me. I have 5 mana to work with. Corey Steel Cutter into Corey Steel Cutter does not make 2 2/2s. Does anything save me here? Corey Steel Cutter feels non-negotiable. The most bodies I can put on the ground are 2 Corey Steel Cutters and a Monastery Swift Spear. Well, actually, no. A Corey Steel Cutter and a Slick Shot Show Off and a Swift Spear. So I think I might do that. Okay, we have a 2/2 and a 1/2 and an additional 1/2. Can you deal me 6 damage through this? Given that that's you playing 2 spells, or I think you probably can. Oh, not 2 spells. Sorry, I'm getting my maths wrong. I was thinking that I'd rather only block with 1. Oh no, never mind. Yep, I was right. Now it's them only playing 2 spells. Okay. Well, the good news is everything has the same value. The bad news is that I think we've probably lost. Try and make them pump the otters, I guess. I'd really like to keep 1 slick shot here or something. What colors do you think Mr. Bean is? I feel like green-black, except they have a lot of graveyard stuff. Did Mr. Bean ever head over to a morgue? This means that 1 and 2 are coming through, so they only have to cast 2 spells for it to be lethal. I think they'll be capable of doing that. No matter what. And that's not even thinking about one of the spells being Monstrous Rage. Okay, yeah, main decker Braid. Okay, never mind, they don't do it, but there's no way we're coming back from this, unfortunately. I can make a... I was thinking green-red for some reason. That kind of makes sense, because, of course, green-red, the color of the benevolent ape. Alright, I can lose. But I'll let him hit at me for fun. I'll help you out. And also do my dailies as I do it. Go ahead. My friend, take the Monstrous Rage onto your own Monastery Swift Spear. Maybe Mr. Bean is just white? I don't know. Alright. So, what do we know? We know they run This Town Ain't Big Enough and a Braid. This is kind of a version of Bounce that uses blue-red, and red does make sense because he's impulsive. Alright, Spell Pierce I think is staying in. Into the Floodmore is good, I think, but maybe we replace one of the Into the Floodmores with a Pyroclasm. And a Witchstalker Frenzy could be nice, I think. For after they pump something up like crazy, just hitting it with that. Now, what do I take out for a Witchstalker Frenzy? Oh, I could take out the Pyroclasm I just put in. Mr. Genius strikes again. What does Spell Pierce do again? Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. I'll take out 1 Spell Pierce. Put in... 2 Spell Pierce. Put in 2 Torch the Towers. And... maybe take out a... 1 Burst Lightning in favor of a Witchstalker Frenzy. Okay. Is there anything else I want to do? I'd love to find room for the 3rd Path Iconoclast. I, in fact, will be doing that. But how? I wonder. Hey, thank you, Billy Billiams, for the Fresh Prime sub. Welcome. You know what? I'm taking out the Into the Floodmore, and I'm putting in 2 of these, and I'm taking out 1, count them, 1 Sleight of Hand. I'm going crazy mode. Trying our best. Hiya. Hello. Hello. Alright. Now I will be on the play. And I will be keeping a hand that does exactly nothing turn 1, apart from play out a non-tapped land. I guess I could scry and draw a card, but I really don't know if I will. Do I want to smooth my draws out, or... keep this to make an extra guy with Corey Steel Cutter? I think I will keep that. Okay. Here we are. Slick Shot Show Off plotted. Nice. If we draw a card, we have a hell of a turn 3 coming our way. We draw a land card, I should have said. They have 2 fast lands. Must be nice. Okay. Corey Steel Cutter. Counterspell? You son of my gun. Wow, change the equation. Counter target red or green spell with mana value 6 or less. So cruel to do that instead of counter target spell with mana value 2 or less. Oh my god, that's a brutal spell against us. Okay, nevertheless, they're tapped out, and that means we do still have the Slick Shot Show Off. I'll Sleight of Hand here. Try and finesse what we're drawing next. I can grab one of these. Do I take the Burst Lightning? I think I do. Alright. Let's go. I don't know. I like playing Magic on the computer. But in-person Magic is so nice. I don't know. Has anyone here ever been to like a pre-release or what have you? Okay. Now... come on in. For this, I'll scry 1 and draw a card, if you don't mind. Oh, that would have been so good to have before combat. Okay. Nevertheless. Monstrous Rage. It's just so expensive. It is, yeah. Drafting is fun for that reason. Like, being able to mess around with cards that you may, well, honestly, never see again. Deal 8 damage. Will you deal it 3 with a lightning strike, my friend? It feels like you might. Oh, the bounce again. Gruesome, brutal, horrible stuff. Okay. Well, end of the line. We play out a Monastery Swift Spear. You don't like this tactility or the smell of the other people that went to the pre-release? I found that when I went to my first ever like playing in person like competitive thing, I saw a guy like lose a game, stand up, and immediately spray deodorant under his shirt, and I just thought to myself, oh, they've come so far. I was thrilled. Olive, some people fucking love Keyforge. I feel like I missed out on it entirely. Play this. Just a... Ooh. Just a Swift Spear and a Slickshot Show-Off. No need to worry about it. I'll attempt to slam into it with a Monstrous Rage. I successfully Monstrously Rage. Okay, no cards returned to hand. That's a thrill. Oh god, half enough. Yeah, that'll ruin you. Tom, please provide a summary of all Magic the Gathering changes since I last played in 2002. The main thing that you might have missed is that the cards you play with are 23 years old now. And that will make you feel very bad until you accept that that is the way of things. Don't worry about it. Calm down. Don't worry. Hey. I know. But calm down. Don't worry. Yeah, Olive, I feel like there's a product they have called a Jumpstart Booster, which is cool in Magic. Where you... Oh, shit, I should have activated this and swung in with it. Darn it. Alright, whatever. I can kill Enduring Curiosity here if they block with it, which is nice. Sure, yeah, I will actually do that. Yes. Abrade, deal 3 damage to target creature. Fair enough. So now I'm just going to deal... I believe this will just go straight to your face. Okay, so it's 1 and then +1. So it's at 3 damage. And then if I do this, it'll take it up to 4 toughness. Oh no, wait, it went on the stack! No! Darn it. I gotta remember to check the stack more. That was goofy of me. Oh, drat. Even if I just kept that, that would have been vastly preferable. They return an instant or sorcery card from graveyard to hand. Is it going to be the Abrade? They just remove my beautiful little otter? No, it's not. It's this town, which gets them an additional otter while removing my otter. Dang it. Okay, they play out the talent, get another auto. We have the ability to spend... Ugh. Okay, let me get Burst Lightning here. And then pray to draw a land. I don't think this is a deck that has any life gain in it. So if we just draw a land here, we win. If they don't have any counter spells, which they've drawn up to a 6-card hand, so that's unlikely. Oh, damn, Paisley. Yeah, Rebecca Gay is an incredible artist. Okay. Third Path Iconoclast can net me some blockers, if nothing else. Do they counter it? They don't yet. Pass turn. Now then, what will you do? Deals damage equal to the number of cards in your hand to target creature an opponent controls. Oh my. Okay, well that's going to deal 5 damage to my Third Path Iconoclast. So my response to that is going to be to Burst Lightning the Otter, I think. Oh, I shouldn't have let that resolve. I should have responded with that on the stack so the prowess trigger didn't hit, but that's okay. It is strange. Arena does keep track of the triggers, but it is like getting used to the act of like clicking confirm instead of being like, okay, before that happens, I'll do this is markedly different. Okay, so I can deal 2 damage here. Ah, dang it. I think this means I just straight up lose. Yep. What now? Storm Chaser's talent buffs that up once more. I can still kill it, so I live 1 more turn, but I don't think I'm able to do anything on it. Okay. I'll pass to attackers. If I block here, I take 4. I can deal 4. Yeah, we lose. Oh, I can't even deal 4, dude. But let's fire this off. Okay, yeah. Oh, good game. Darn it, we didn't see our cutter enough, and I think... Well, I mean, I misplayed that pretty badly there because I didn't think about putting the damage on the stack. I like your robot's fetching ponytail. He does look very nice, doesn't he? I animate my land. It is a 2-1 with first strike. I attack at you, and I scry. I put Monster's Rage on the bottom, and I thank you, and I go to... Good game. Hell yeah, Thomas. This is a fun deck. Yeah, I really like... I don't know. I like going to card stores and playing with people. Largely, the people are very nice. There's a couple of bad ones, but like... A cool store that I don't get to too much because, well, for one, all their Magic events are largely on Saturday, which is the time I stream. But if you are in Sydney and you haven't been to Behold Games, that's a really cool place. You can go. Seems like a wonderful community. All right. Checking out our deck. I think it's good. I think the sideboard, I might need to change it a bit. I mean, Disdainful Stroke is good, but the amount of conditional counterspells, I think the problem with this deck is I suck at it. So hopefully that's going to change at some point, and I'll be able to become better at the deck. When? I don't know, man. I don't know. At some point. Corey still cutter rocks, but running into someone with main decker Braid is brutal. I wasn't expecting that at all. That was a good main deck by them. Everyone's disdainfully stroking. That's so nice. That's so nice to hear that you're all having your fun. All right. Ah, oh, dang it. Let me see here. Let me show you. This is the deck that I was thinking about. No, Meatloaf, I did not forget about time. I am currently, I think that'll be my last game, but I am currently weighing up. I just want to make sure that I've definitely done the amount of time. Is fear of missing out in standard legal? Yeah. That was Duskmorn, which was like, scanning. That was like 2 sets ago, I think. As of Tarkir being released. The cards come out so fast, so I don't begrudge you asking, but I think that's legal till like 2027 or something. How long is Duskmorn legal for standard? And that is, yeah, legal until February 2027. Whoa. Use the white to cheat and get it. Yes. Lapscallion, the Jeskai Oculus prowess is so brutal. Got any rat facts? They die so quick, dude. Rats die pretty much straight away. Okay, I'm 7 wildcards away from playing this out. Rats are so short-lived. They are so wonderful, but they die so quickly. They are so short-lived. I thought if you had like a rat pet, you would be in there for like, what, 7, 8 years or something. But no. Rats aren't around for as long as you'd want them to be, dude. For such a smart, little petable, wonderful pet. They should be older. It's like 1-2 years. That's too short a time to be attached to such a wonderful rat. I'm so sorry. They become sickly and old with a cough after like 9 months? No! Fun fact. Sometimes you kill your friend's rat because it's crawling up your leg and they didn't tell you they had a pet rat, so you chuck it out the window. Ah. That's a shame. Doing everyone in the chat a favor by actually retroactively transferring that to the world of rat fiction. This is such a nice card, by the way. Immediately the fucking like, you can hear my fucking gearbox screaming as I change gears. Brightfield Glider is, I think, the first possum in Magic. This is the nicest little guy who is a big guy. Where you can, whenever it's saddled, which is you get a creature with power 3 or greater, or an amount of creatures, power 3 or greater, to tap, to crew it. They represents them jumping on the back of the Brightfield Glider. It gets +1/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Fun limited card, and also it's a possum that you ride around on. It doesn't have flying because it's a glider. I would crush that little freak like a bug. Well, that's a person on the back of it, so you wouldn't stand that much of a chance. Alright. Oh man. Just exile target non-token creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. God, I wanted to get something going with... Wait, no, not packs. I wanted to get something going with rhino noises. This was my idea. I really wanted to play some skirmish rhino, which is whenever this creature enters, when this creature enters, each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. It's a 3/4. Good stat line. But then also, you have the Debris Beetle, which is a big rock rolling vehicle that enters and each opponent loses 3, you gain 3. Do you do the rhino noises when you play the rhino? I think I would if I had it. If I had one! But I think this could work, man. This could do something. I didn't know they made Baby Siege Rhino. Yeah, dude. And I don't even know if it's going to like see any play or whatever, but it's so nice, so wonderfully lovely. Sudden flashback to junior high where a guy made fun of me for my Pokemon cards until I showed them how actually badass Scyther was. Dude, no, Pokemon cards are cool. This one could kill any child. God, the kid who turns up to school with a Scyther and a Pokeball. Fuck, man. Walking around with a loaded gun. We have Disruptive Stormbrood. Oof. When this creature enters, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment for 5 for a 3/3 flyer. That's decent. I don't know that it's anything, but it does mean you clear out some artifacts and enchantments. Someone opened a serialized Mox Jasper? Damn! Drinks on them. Hey, Rumblehawk, thank you for the 28 months. Welcome back. But yeah, I like this kind of deck. Mainly because I just love a card that burns... like, which is the magic term for indirect damage. I love that. I was trying to get a Boros Burn deck off the ground. Never able to do it. It's just a bit too stinky. Unfortunately. That and this nasty little Orzhov control deck. Similar to, you'll recognize the card that our opponent played against us in those long matches. Beza, which basically builds a board. And then this shit... Elspeth Stormslayer. This is a crazy card that is going to really just make a lot of decks that were already popping off pop the fuck off. 3 and 2 white mana for a doubling season effect. If 1 or more tokens will be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. Sorry, not doubling season. I think doubling season does count as well. But still, double tokens. +1, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. But it's 2! You lied! You said you were making 1, but it's 2, Elspeth! I hate you! I hate you! You're a big token guy. I do like him. And... like, this just fills up a board so immediately. It's messed up. Caretaker's Talent, Carrot Cake. Get lost your own thing for 4 map tokens. Start digging through your deck to fucking find a big white. Oh! Tom is a token white male. Well... On Twitch, I think there's a lot more of those than there would need to be for it to be token, but this is such a cool deck to me. I think it's brought down by the fact that Elspeth Stormslayer is going to be very expensive in paper. Like, if I look online for Elspeth Stormslayer right now, that is... You know what, here, let me check Good Games. That is an $80 card. I don't know. That's a lot of money. Just the most frustrating thing to match up against ever. Dude, like the Orzhov control here is brutal. I think the main thing Black is doing for you here is just shoring up like the mono red and aggro matchups. I think you could potentially... I think mono white, like, tokens is gonna go crazy. Anyways, I believe that's all the gas bagging about Magic the Gathering that I am able to do without everybody reaching through their monitors and saying, get another hobby. In which case, I will. Shut up. Leave me alone also. All right? Everybody calm down. In addition, I don't understand artifact rules at all. There's not much to understand. They're just artifacts. Now, what's an artifact, you say? Ah, and you've fallen into my trap. No, it's just a catch-all for a thing that's... Artifacts and enchantments are just things that ain't creatures. They just sit around. Once you're going to get into 40k, you wash your mouth out. No. Absolutely not. No. Come on now. Don't say stuff like that. No, I was never going to get into 40k. What I was potentially going to do was spend a lot of hours reading the 40k wiki and going, huh. But every time I've even tried to look at a 40k game being played, I've been like, damn, these guys don't seem to be having fun. And I certainly don't understand what fun there is to have. A really confusing game to watch being played because it's just people rolling dice and going, ah. It seems fun to paint the little guys and hang out with people. That seems nice. Huge props to you if you are able to do that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I will see you next week for more streams. What will be streaming? Oh, I just don't know. By the way, it was me all along. It was the mundane Tom. I know you're all taken in by the magical hat. I do not know what we will be streaming, but I think it will be simply wonderful. Maybe I'll... Oh my god, I got a dent on my head from the fucking witch's hat. Maybe some Trackmania weekly shorts. Who's to say? I will see you all later. Bye-bye! Boom, boom. Now DB's on? DB playing with Big Hal, or is he...
Guys, I'm so scared. Where's the gate? Okay, straight across?
Leave me alone, Very Finny, who is playing Dead by Daylight on Twitch's front page and is probably very nice. I'm so sorry. DB is on. All right, hey, look. I'll raid DB. Be good in there, everybody. Looks like he's playing with Big Hal. Big Hal not streaming. My.
This song is called Big Box Truck.
DB is live playing with Mitch, Big Hal, and Riku.
I don't date.
I don't name.
I don't fuck.
Have a nice night, everyone. Truly, have a nice night. Thanks for watching me play Magic the Gathering. And thank you to Wizards of the Coast for showcasing Tarkir Dragonstorm on my humble stream. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. Just not with you.
And you want me. You're out of luck.
I just drive my big box truck.